All right. It looks like we are live. Looks like we are good to go. How is everyone doing right now? How is everyone doing today? Pull that over here. Pull this over here, right here. Looks like we should be good. Let me know how the audio is coming in for you guys as well. Want to make sure that we are all copacetic. Everything should be good, but if I need to make adjustments, I can. See, we got the fan. Least fan 8034 first. Always, bro. Always. Homie AB Ariel. What's up, Ariel? I think I might have. Did you already come in the store? I might have actually seen you already. Nathan Earn. What's going on, dude? What's going on? AJ. Stitch, of course. Darwin's Arbiter. Davey 505. What's going on? Black Brick. What's going on, dude? How is everybody doing today? How's everyone doing? How's everyone's Saturday going so far? We're going to be getting started on the live stream in like about 4 minutes 35. We'll officially begin. Going to be a little bit different, but yeah. Nice suit. Thank you, Black Brick. It's, I got a wedding to go to later. Ethan still, what's going on? He got a big question. Of course. I can definitely go ahead and answer that question. This is going to be a slightly different live stream. It is still technically Q&A. I will be answering some questions, but, it's not going to be the main focus. But, yeah, I can still answer some questions during the stream when we officially begin. We'll get started in, like, 3 more minutes. Like, 3 more minutes, we'll officially begin. And how is everyone's Saturday going so far? How's your guys' day going? Did you guys able to go play airsofting today? Are you guys going to be playing tomorrow, maybe? How was your airsofting experience? Let me know. Where did you play? That's another one, too. Billy Mota, what's going on, dude? Yeah, in like 3 more minutes, we'll officially begin. Yeah, Saturday so far, it was kind of funny. Like, we started off, and it just got all of a sudden busy. Again, always great. Always love to see the support for the Mayo Gang, and of course, for Airsoft GI as well. Got pretty busy like beforehand, too. It was pretty funny. I actually got up in this. I was literally, like, ready to start, like, filming some more social media content, and then, like, people just started coming in, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to wait a little bit, but it's all good. All good in the hood. Yeah, and again, make sure to go ahead and share this around with as many people as you possibly can. Let everyone in Discord, let everyone know through Instagram, Facebook, whatever social media means. Let everyone know to swing by and hang out for a good time. Also get some exclusive opportunities to win the shopping spree giveaway, right? Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I got everything nice and set up for y'all. In like 2 more minutes, we'll officially begin. At 35, we'll officially begin the stream. Let's see here. Davey505, what's going on, bro? Ryan Garcia, what's going on? Waiting for my mystery box to start playing around with Airsoft. Absolutely. You were smart to pick up a mystery box. Again, those things are freaking legend. There's a reason why our mystery boxes are so, like, revered. Again, they're dope, man. They are 100% dope. No one does them as good as we do. No one. And just the fact that you can get, like, multiple, especially with the silver right now, like 10 entries into the giveaway. Oh, $3,000. Like, that's pretty hype. And like 1 more minute, we'll officially begin, guys. 1 more minute. Make sure we're all should be good. Yeah. Yeah, it should be all set up and ready to go. Yeah, in like a few more seconds, we'll officially begin. And again, guys, share this around with as many people as possible. And if you haven't already, again, make sure to like the live stream. Really helps us out. And share this around. Really helps us beat the YouTube algorithms. Because, again, that algorithm really does not like anything Airsoft related. It is very, 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 very unfortunate. However, we're still going to be sticking around. Ain't going to bully us off the platform. We're still going to be here spreading the word about the Mayo Gang and talking to all of y'all guys. And letting you know, again, about all the goodies that we got at Airsoft GI and all the promos, of course. Here. All right, and with that, it is now 3:35. Welcome to another Storefront live stream. My name is Isaias, and I'm going to be your host for today's live stream. This is going to be a little bit different than we normally do. While normally we do focus on the Q&A aspect, we are still going to be doing a Q&A. So if any of you guys have any Airsoft-related questions, whether if you're looking for any product recommendations we sell on our website, you want to go ahead and have us compare items that we have carry on our website as well. tactical gear, airsoft guns, not too sure, right? Looking for advice or maybe looking for some personal experience, feel free to go ahead and ask me in the live chat. Not the comment section, it has to be the live chat specifically. But just do me a favor, make sure you put the letter Q in front of your question. Really helps me out identify the question a lot easier. You are more than welcome to ask your question more than once if I haven't already answered it. However, don't spam. Always appreciate it when people do not spam their questions, right? Otherwise, we might have to time you out. And again, it's not going to be a good experience for anyone, right? But before anything, I want to go over the promo we got going on right now, guys. You guys seem to really love this one. Every $50 spent per order, you'll be receiving 5 entries into the shopping spree with 5 chances of winning that $3,000 prize pot. $3,000 can all be yours, and all you got to do is place a $20 or greater order. That's literally for any of our newer viewers out there. First of all, thank you to all of our newer viewers. We all always appreciate it, always really appreciate it, right? But you guys absolutely can win the shopping spree giveaway for yourself. The last winner of the giveaway actually won the same amount, $3,000, off of his very first order with Airsoft GI ever, like literally ever. Chad Blair. He's watching. Hello, Chad. But again, you can ask him yourself too. Chad Blair was the winner of the last shopping spree with $3,000. You guys can be just like Chad, right? You just like a Chad, right? You can be just like Chad, and all you literally have to do is place a $20 or greater order, right? That's literally all you got to do, right? But only during these live streams, only during these streams, do we like to go ahead and throw out these extra promotions for you guys. So remember, every $50 spent per order, you'll be getting 5 entries into the giveaway, 5 chances of winning, right? So for example, if your order was $50, under $100, right, then you'd be getting 5 entries. However, once you reach that $100, right, because that's basically 2 sets of 50, that's 10 entries in the shopping spree giveaway. Same thing, 150. That's 15 entries in the shopping spree. You guys get the idea. Think multiples of 50. That way you can increase your odds as much as possible. And what exactly can you get right now? So much stuff. There is so much stuff to get at Airsoft GI, right? We have a ton of new products available, like the new Elite Force HK M110A1 with the Gate Aster pre-installed, right? This nice, beautiful DMR, right? On pre-order right now. Again, pre-orders for this, that'll definitely be getting you multiple entries into the shopping. Let's see, how many? I'm actually just curious. I'm going to go ahead and do some math real quick. I'm going to do some math real quick, right? How much was this? Let's see. 899, so 850 divided by 50, yep, and there we go. Then we 85. That is 85 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Holy shit. Holy crap. Right? Or maybe you can pick up something like this, like the Tokyo Marui HK Tokyo Marui Mark 46. Freaking what's going on with me? Tokyo Marui Mark 46 Mod 0 NGRS next generation recoil shock LMG, and I have first-hand experience with this bad boy. And let me tell you, this is probably one of the most fun guns I've shot in a very, very long time. I'm not even going to front. This thing is fun as hell, right? That'll definitely be getting you multiple entries into that shopping spree. You could be winning, again, since it's $3,000, you could very easily win all that money back, right? You could very easily win all that money back, and all you got to do is place your orders through Airsoft GI, right? And again, if you want to go ahead and check out all the best deals, make sure to check out the sales page on our website. All the best deals on the Airsoft market are going to be available here. Some really, really cool shocker deals. Again, we got some more LCT stuff on here, some more Elite Force, and of course, we got some Tokyo Marui on here as well. Do not miss your chance. Place your orders, right? Again, get those extra entries in. Get those entries in. And there was actually going to be a couple things that I did want to talk about. Specifically was going to be this, right? Was going to be like, not just the AHK M110, although this is like hype as fuck. Don't get me wrong, this is going to be a hype as fuck like gun, right? Really, really wanted to go ahead and get more first-hand experience with this. But I actually wanted to go ahead and ask the question to you guys in the chat as well. And again, if you guys still want to ask your questions, again, leave the letter Q in front of it. I'll definitely be getting to that very shortly. However, I did want to go ahead and maybe start talking more, just, one-on-one with you guys. Do you guys think, right, in the grand scheme of things, do you guys think that guns like this, as cool as they are, because I think these guns are freaking hype, right? And I have my opinions on this question, but do you guys think that there is a point to running guns like this or to any sort of like DMR in the first place, right? Do you think there's any point in differentiating in the different platforms for Airsoft, for example, right? Because if you're talking about like at a performance aspect, right? If you're talking about a performance aspect, then yeah, like, at the end of the day, you could get like just a regular M4 to perform at like a DMR level. But do you think having the different platform altogether, the different magazine, the different receiver size, do you think there's actually a purpose to that, or do you think it's more so, again, just for the looks, right? I think I have a pretty mixed answer, but I want to hear what you guys think. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and answer some questions. Looks like Darwin's Arbiter. Thank you with the $2 donation, man. You did not have to do it, but much appreciated, much appreciated. And again, support the Mayo Gang, right, more directly. Placing your orders at Airsoft Jan. Looks like you did. Oh, Darwin. Did you actually place that pre-order? Holy crap. Did you really? Bruh. Did you actually place that pre-order for... Whoa, dude. Bruh, hell. Okay, you know what? Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Absolutely. What is it? What was that? 85 entries? Darwin, if that is, I'm going to have to double check, see if that's the case. But yeah, if you really did place that pre-order, bruh, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. You just got yourself 85 entries, dude. You just got yourself 85 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Guys, I mean, it's right there. If that is the case, right? Again, I gotta go back and confirm. It's hard for me to confirm. But yes, if that is the case, Darwin, you did indeed do that. Again, guys, Darwin's Arbiter right now has the highest odds of winning the shopping spree giveaway. He has the best chance right now of winning that shopping spree giveaway with those 85 chances. But again, that does not mean that you guys don't also have the chance. Again, he's smart. He took advantage of this, right? Not only did he want this gun, he took advantage of this promo going on right now. He took advantage of it and placed his order. You guys can too. Remember, think multiples of 50, right? Think multiples of 50. Every $50 spent, that's 5 extra chances into the shopping spree giveaway. Do not miss your chance. Place your orders while you can. Again, the stream is going to be ending at 5:30 today. So once 5:30 hits, that is it. We're done. Don't miss your shot. All right. Let's keep scrolling through. Keep scrolling through. Manny Max, which is better, tags or Airsoft? I do like, I mean, between the two, I'd say maybe they're both honestly about the same for me, honestly. I'd say maybe tag. Eli Prather, would you guys ever make an airsoft gun with Specna arms? So we kind of did already, Eli. Technically speaking, we already did. We made an airsoft gun with Lancer Tactical. And again, remember, guys that don't know, Lancer, Specna, it's literally the same thing, right? They literally come from the exact same factory, right? Yeah, it may have different names on it, but they're literally all coming from the exact same factory. If you ever look at like a Specna arms and then compare it to like any like Lancer Tactical, right? Like let's take a look at the Flex series, for example, or even some of the core models, and then you take a standard Gen 2 model, right? Like you literally look at them side by side, and it's like, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you know, I can't. So technically speaking, when we made, you know, the Mayo Gang MGC4 Mark II, right? Let's pull it up, right? When we made, you know, the MGC4 Mark II, and even the MGC4, we technically speaking did kind of work with Specna arms, right? We did technically kind of. Now, granted, if you want us to go ahead and, I mean, yeah, I don't think there's really any other way. Could there be a way to maybe say instead of being LT? Well. No, at the end of the day, yeah, it's all going to be the same gun at the end of the day. So technically speaking, that's a Specna right there. That's a Specna. Now, could we maybe do something different for the next iteration of the MGC4? Absolutely, yeah, that's something that we can definitely do. That's something we can definitely do in terms of like changing stuff out, right? You know, if you wanted to go ahead and instead use like the maybe an Aster instead of a Nebula MOSFET. Now, personally, I prefer the Nebula over the Aster, but I can see the appeal. I definitely get it. If that's something that you guys want, then, you know, definitely let us know. Again, well, one of the best ways that we usually hear it, again, DMs. If we get a bunch of DMs asking for it, if we get someone in, like, our Discord server making that comment and then getting a bunch of likes and constantly being shared, then, yeah, that's something that we would have to listen to, right? Again, we want to work with you guys. We want to build you guys a gun when it came to the MGC4 that you guys helped create as well. But it's got to be enough support for it. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, freaking, that's insane, Darwin, if you were able to go ahead and pre-order this. Again, I think it's cool, right? In my personal opinion, I like being able to have different platforms. You guys know me. I'm the guy that runs everything but an AR, right? That's not even true. I will run ARs. I actually ran an AR this last time I went, right? I used my LM4. But, you know, I love to run other platforms as well, right? So having this sort of, like, DMR, whether it be like an M110, a 417, freaking any other like DMR platforms out, the G3s, right, Scars, like all these different platforms. I like running them. I genuinely do like running them, like any sort of 308 style like receiver. I think it looks cool. I think it looks really cool. And I think that's honestly kind of worth it for me, right? Even if, yeah, technically speaking, the performance could be about the same between like just a standard like M4, right? That's turned in, or like an AR that's turned into like an SPR style build, right? Like kind of like what Cisco does with his guns. Then yeah, like it could take speaking perform at the same level, but there's just something so nice about running something that takes that 308 style magazine or takes that bigger box magazine. I mean, look at this thing. This thing's chunky, bro. This thing is hella chunky, but I love it. And like, again, I think just this design is just so beautiful. Honestly, I think it's really, really cool. And the fact that it has a gate Aster already pre-installed. Yeah, it's pricey, but I mean, at the end of the day, it is worth it. It is worth it, right? So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that there is a point to running like DMRs like this, or do you think it's kind of pointless? You know, you should just rock like an M4 and go and turn it into an SPR yourself, right? What do you guys think? Let me know what your opinions are. You guys know what my opinion is. I love guns like this, and I want more to be made. But what are your thoughts on that? Let's see here. Gravel Sasquatch, can you tell us more about the Specna Arms Flex Expression Series release date or other deets? Not as of yet. As soon as we are going to be getting them, because we are, trust me, we're going to get them. We're going to be getting them, right? As soon as we can secure some models in, even if it's just for marketing to show up, absolutely, we're going to be like blasting it all over our social media. As far as a release date, not 100% certain, right? I like to think they would come out around maybe the holiday season, but they might end up coming out post-holiday season. So that's the only thing that I've heard, maybe. Keep scrolling through. Oh, okay, this goes to Davey505. I'm hoping to go to an Operation Lion Claws event on November 4th. Nice. It's more of a nighttime event. I'm running my Block 2. Any other things I should get for the day? Thanks. Davey505, this goes for pretty much any milsim or larger operation. Just make sure that you pack plenty of water, bro. That's like honestly the biggest thing that I can recommend. I've done like the 3-day ops, right, because I go through a lot of Milsim West events. I've done the 3-day ops, and they can be pretty tough, right, especially if you're dehydrated. Make sure that you drink plenty of water beforehand. I would say make sure you pack plenty of water on you as well, and pace yourself. Don't rush through it. But as far as like actual pieces or other things that I'd recommend, I'd probably say just make sure that you have obviously an extra set of eye protection just in case, right? If you're going with friends especially, there's always going to be that one guy that constantly forgets something, right? And eye protection is one thing that I've seen before get forgotten quite a bit. If you guys actually want to see like one of my honest recommendations when it comes to eye protection, one of the things I love to suggest, here we go, tactical gear, right? Full seal goggles. There's a lot of different models you can go with, but I am incredibly partial to stuff like this, right? The ASG Tactical Strike System. I think these are dope, right? These are so low profile, they look just like glasses, but they are technically speaking still full seal. They still cup around the eye. You're no risk of a BB just sneaking its way on in there right into your eyeballs. I do love the back strap on here again, so you're not going to be like worrying about it falls off or I lose it or anything. It's going to be there, right? It's going to be there. Using retention to keep it in place, right? And if you wanted to use your optics or start using optics on airsoft guns, going with a system like this makes it so much easier because you don't have to worry about the goggle bumping into, the gun itself or not being able to get a nice cheek rest. Like, it really helps out. Like, it really makes the world of difference. My whole airsofting experience changed the minute that I swapped over to systems like this, right? To really low profile eye protection. Now, granted, is there a downside to this? Of course, there's a downside to anything, right? Pros and cons with any decision you make. Now, with something like this, because it's so low profile, a lot of the bulkier goggles did help with kind of covering up more of, like, I guess, the overall, like, area around the eyes, like the surrounding area around the eyes. It did a really good job protecting that. With this, because it's so low profile and so small, it does leave more skin exposed, which, is prone to getting shot. It happens, right? It happened. I got clonked pretty hard, last Sunday, but that was my own fault, right? And the guy was just pretty good. He got a really good angle on me, but that can happen. So just keep that in mind. Ghostly Airsoft. Hey, Isaias, I'm trying to make a plate carrier rig, and my budget is around $150, and I want something that can hold a dump pouch on the side and high quality. Honestly, when it comes to like plate carriers or like even chest rigs, it really ultimately depends on what it is that you like. That's actually a very good budget to have, Ghostly. By the way, I forgot to say what's up. What's up, bro? When it comes to like a 150 budget, you actually have plenty of good options. It's just a matter of like, again, what style you think looks really good and how much coverage you want on your body, right? Bear in mind, there's, again, pros and cons. Here we go again, right? Pros and cons. Pros and cons to running like a plate carrier that has plenty of molly real estate is Well, like I said, it has plenty of MOLLE real estate, right? You can put literally anything on there, right? Having something like here, let's save an example. Exoplate carrier. I think I spelled that right. Should be. Yes. Yeah, okay. So going with like for one of these, for example, right? Okay, this is just an example. Like an XO plate carrier. If you guys prioritize MOLLE real estate and full body coverage, yes, this is definitely an option I would highly recommend you do, right? This is a great option, right? You don't have to get the navy blue. I think navy blue is cool, but again, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. There's other colors available, but this is just to give you an example of what I mean, right? The more MOLLE real estate you have, the bigger area of coverage that your plate carrier provides. It does feel a little bit more bulkier. You are going to be suffering for that. Now, on the flip side, right? Let's say you go with something like a JPC, right? This is the example I always love pulling out. Like a JPC, for example, right? Yeah, let's like one of these. Right? These are dope. These are really, really cool, right? These are very, very high speed, right? Like freaking very low drag, right? Not a whole lot of stuff bulk getting in the way, especially if you set it up right? But the downside is, again, they are going to expose you a little bit more, and you don't get like a ton, and I do mean a ton. You don't get a whole lot of MOLLE real estate on there. Now, for your purposes, Ghostly, if you just wanted to go with 150 budget, wanted to run a dump pouch on the side, and was still decent quality, yeah, you can pretty much go with anything off our website, right? You can pretty much go with anything off there. Even if you're rocking like a JPC like this, or any sort of plate carrier that has the sort of like skeletonized like cummerbund, like, yeah, you can still run MOLLE through that, no problem. You can still weave MOLLE through that, right? That's what I did with I used to have a JPC as well, and that's what I did as well. Now, am I crazy about the idea of running a dump pouch on the side? Not necessarily. I'm not the biggest fan of that, because again, on the side it just feels like it's more bulk. I like to cut down on the bulk on the sides as much as possible. I'd rather have stuff on like immediately in my front, right? Maybe at an angle, but if I can avoid the sides altogether, I try to. However, a lot of times for my team, I do usually end up carrying a lot of tools and stuff like that. So a dump pouch would just be a little bit more extra bulk for me. But if that was something that you definitely wanted, then you can pretty much go with anything, as long as it has a cummerbund or MOLLE real estate on the sides. That's pretty much all you really need. Now, as far as brands that I like, honestly, you can get a really hell of a deal, honestly, going through Lancer. I've felt these are really solid, right? One that I would actually like to suggest too will be something like this, right? This tactical vest with MOLLE webbing and detachable buckles, right? Sort of their own version of like the Swift clip system, right? I think it's pretty dope, right? I think it's cool that they're innovating and offering some like more options out there. And you still get plenty of MOLLE real estate on the side. It's not like super like small and minimalist like the JPC, but it's still small enough that it's gonna feel a lot more lightweight. So that's a good option. That's another good option, right? Condor, right? You can go Condor plate carrier. There's a few options there, especially in that price range too. Condor plate carrier. Yeah, you can pretty much go with any of these. Let's see, 150. Yeah, 150. Honestly, I keep going back to this. The MOPC, the Gen 2, it's really nice, man. I hate to say it, but it's really, really nice, right? Like, because I know that the MOPC was like, everyone had it, and I was trying to be that guy that was different, but I'm like, I can't even deny, man. The MOPC, especially the Gen 2 one, hella clean. Especially in this like multicam black, it looks good. Looks really, really freaking good, right? But again, multiple colors and variations are available. It's really ultimately dependent on your individual tastes, right? I think if you want something that was going to be like a pretty like good go-to option, I know even Justin had one of these for a while. The modular operator plate carrier, the MOPC, again, I recommend this in just the Scorpion OCP because, again, multicam is just one of those, Scorpion OCP. Come on, guys, it's all multicam. Let's be real here, right? Like, this camo like just works with pretty much everything, right? You can put this on top of most camo pattern like clothing, right? Even like what I'm wearing, Tricolor Desert, right? Like you put this on top of that, it looks clean. It looks clean. It goes with pretty much everything. It even goes pretty well, honestly, with like multicam black clothes. That's something that I really like to do too. All right, but let's see what y'all have to say about that. Let's see here. Homie Nest, dang, that looks dope. Absolutely. What's going on, guys? Make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, please make sure to go ahead and leave a like on the live stream and share this around with as many people as you possibly can. My goal, honestly, is to go ahead and help out as many people as possible, but I also want to talk to you guys and see what's going on with you guys as well. If you guys didn't hear, for anyone that's newly joining the live stream, I was actually talking about like Airsoft DMRs, right, and different platforms in Airsoft, but mostly talking about like DMRs and the long range stuff. Is there a purpose to guns like this? Now, I say yes. And even if it does seem like a small, maybe not the most practical reason, I still think it's a valid reason nonetheless, right? We're talking about the validity of something like this. Do you think there is a purpose of going with a platform like this HKM 110 or something else like a 417, for example, right? Or other M110s like Classic Army, or maybe even different platforms altogether, like a G3, right, for example, or like SCARs, right? Do you think there is a purpose to those when it comes to upgrades? You could theoretically just do the same thing to a standard AR and, you know, build yourself an SPR. Do you think there is a purpose to this? I say so, but what do you guys in the chat think? Let me know down in the live chat. Let's keep going up. They pray through. ASGI should carry all the Edge 2.0 models. Well, we do carry Edge 2.0 models, but we are working on getting more. We are working on getting more Specna Arms stuff. We actually, if you guys want to take a look, right, we actually brought in a couple more Specna Arms models, right, in addition to some new triggers as well. The Edge Rock River Arms, again, we got the original Edge series on here as well. Yeah, and there's another core model as well. This core was actually very interesting. I actually kind of dig this one. I think it's very simple, very clean, right? Doesn't need a whole lot. I am digging this. As well, right? Although the Rock River Arm stuff actually does look pretty cool. I think they did a pretty damn good job when it came to their trademarks on there, right, on the receiver. I think it looks clean, right? I think, you know what? Let me pull it up for you guys to go see it better. Pull one up. I don't know if it might be a little hard to see. Yeah, it's a little hard to see, but honestly, I think they did a really good job. I think they did a bang-up job with that. And again, guys, if you guys didn't know, also coupon code 20th. It's been extended for you guys, right? I got confirmation for it. It's been extended. You guys can use it towards any order that you make, right? Get that extra 10% off, right? Get that extra 10% off. Save the most with Airsoft GI. Let's see here. Darwin's Arbiter. Yeah, but another problem is going to be getting those mags. Actually, Darwin, just so you know, magazines are also going to be carried by us very, very shortly. So just pay attention to the website. It's going to be there. It's going to be there like within the next few business days. Just keep an eye on it for it. It's going to be up there very, very soon. So we got you, bro. We got you. Sure, make sure I'm not missing anything. Virgil Hill, what's going on, man? How was airsofting, bro? How was airsoft? Did you have fun? Okay, Owl asked this question. Which is better, E&L or LCT? That's a good question. E&L or LCT? Oh, boy. Okay. How do I... Because I have experience with both, right? I have experience with both LCT and E&L. I think for me, if I had to pick one or the other, I think I would go with E&L a little bit more, but not by much, right? LCT is dope as fuck, right? I love that LCT is also coming out with more random stuff as well, more like unique stuff that you just don't see out there, right? I like the variation that LCT does offer. However, I do like that E&L's pricing is a little bit more affordable. So it is nice, right, for someone to get like this really nice, solid feeling AK, right? That again can still be upgraded, you know, just as much as an LCT. All right, but just gonna cost you a little bit less, right? Let's say, for example, right? Let's take a look, right? E and L. All right, E and L, just popping that up. Yeah, right. Like some of their models are like 250, right? Some are on a shocker deal. Oh, hey yo, 105, the Essential Series going for 248 on a shocker. Hell to the yeah, right? Absolutely, I'd pick that up. I'd hardcore pick that up, right? Also, what's your favorite version of the AK too? That's actually another good question as well. What is your favorite AK variation? My top two right now would have to be I'm a traditionalist, right? I love the AKM, right? AKMS too. If I can get the underfold in stock, I love an underfolder. AK-47 is always going to be a classic to me, but I think AKM, just traditional, full stock and everything. And then I'd have to say S74U, right? So like that, yeah. And then they have one for like 255 as well. And again, Coupon code 20th, 20TH at checkout to get 10% off. You're welcome. You're welcome. And again, guys, make sure to take advantage of the promo. Darwin definitely did. Picked himself up the pre-order for the Elite Force HK M110 and got himself, what was that? 85, yeah, got himself 85 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Again, he has the best odds of winning the shopping spree giveaway, but you guys can as well. And all you have to do is place your $20 or greater order through Airsoft GI to get an entry in. But you might as well take advantage of this promo going on right here. Remember, every $50 spent, 5 entries. Spend $50, a little bit more, that's 5 entries. Spend $100, that's 10 entries. Get up to $150, that's 15. You guys get the idea. Think multiples of 50. Get your entries in now. You guys have an hour and a half left before the end of the live stream, so make sure that you go ahead and place your orders now. And again, like the live stream and share this around with as many people as possible. Really helps us out. All right. Yeah, but between the two, I think I'm a little bit more partial to E&L just because, again, I like the pricing a little bit more. LCT stuff, bro, LCT is a little expensive, you know what I mean? It's good, right? It's very, very good stuff, right? I love how accurate the items are in terms of, like, their one-to-one, right? Like, they're so freaking cool, right? And I love that there are so many different models from LCT, not just AKs. Not just AKs, right? It's like, let's pull up LCT, for example, right? Pull up LCT. There are so many different models from LCT that we carry, right? But, like, you'll see stuff like this, right? Like the limited edition G3 with the real wood furniture. Oh, bruh, that's so good. This is clean as hell, dude. Like, this is one of my favorite versions of the G3 that you can find. Like, with the wood furniture, dude, it hits different. You know, it kind of reminds me. I mean, again, am I wrong in thinking this? Does it kind of remind you guys of the what was it called? Was it the battle rifle that you would find in the Fallout series, if I remember correctly? Was it a G3? I know obviously there was like their M16 looking thing, right? With the wood furniture, but I feel like there was like kind of a G3 looking model in there as well. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain there was like a 308 style battle rifle that there was in Fallout, right? That looked kind of similar to either a G3 or an FAL. Let me guys know in the let me know in the live chat. Really helps me out. Keep scrolling through. DJ, yeah, that wooden G3 is freaking. Yes, it is, bro. Yes, it is. It is absolutely sick. This is one example, and it's on a shocker deal. DJ. See what I'm saying? Promo gun promo gun. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna. I'm just saying. You know, it definitely would be the time. Definitely would be the time. Jay Lather, when are you getting M-Tech fluxes in? Been wanting one for months, but no restocks. We should be getting a restock from PTS. I believe within the next month or two. So just keep an eye on it. Remember, make sure to hit the notify me button next to the item on the description itself. That way you get notified via email when it becomes available. Jay, I hear that. I know, like the minute that we got our M-Tuck fluxes in, they just flew, man. They flew right off the shelves. Everyone wanted one. And I get it. It's a fucking sick helmet, right? But just keep an eye for it. Be patient. I promise you they will be available. I promise you they will be coming back in. Andrew the Reptilla Nerd, what degree of bucking should I get for my high cap of the FPS is 350? I mean, for me, honestly, I've always just gone with either like a 70 or 75 degree bucking. That's always been my go-to. I know 80 does exist. I don't know if it's like 100% necessary for it. Again, considering like you're doing a sidearm, you're doing a high kappa, right? And it's an indoor field, right? Because you're saying FPS limit is 350. I've always just gone with like a 70 or 75 degree, and I've been doing okay. Right? Lifts my BBs absolutely just fine. This one comes Eli Prather, another question. What Specna arms has the best feeling externals? I already have Specna and the externals are average. I feel like most of them, if you got that, it doesn't I guess it's hard to say, right? Because all the externals, at the end of the day, if it's from one brand, they're all going to generally feel the same. I never really felt like there was one that was significantly better than the others, right? And in some cases, right, I would say that some of their polymer stuff actually feels really solid. I think I like the way the polymer feels more than I like, say, some of the metal feels, right? That's definitely something that I've seen before in various brands, Specna included. I think they're all roughly going to be about the same, honestly, if you're just talking about feeling. right? If you're just talking about feeling alone, right? There's not too many guns, I would say, out there that really feel, in terms of like their weight, in terms of the material used, the finish, that really stand out. There is one, right, that really does a good job in terms of feeling like unique and really, really, and looks amazing, right? It's the R15. It's 100%. Like the R15 is like the most beautiful, like finish that I've seen on an airsoft gun, right? At least in terms of ARs, right? At least in terms of ARs, right? I mean, let's pull the bronze, right? Just as an example, right? Like, this doesn't feel like someone just spray painted over it, right? You've seen that, you know what I'm talking about? Where you get some guns that are like in some unique colors out there or different colorways, and you, as soon as you feel it, you're like, oh, they just like, literally, it feels like they just rattle canned over it. Not that it was a bad job, but still, it just felt like, you know, really, that was it? I could have done this at home, right? The finish on this is amazing, right? On all the Zion Arms products. I just threw up the R15 because I think it looks freaking sick, and again, that's 30 entries. That's 30 chances of winning right there if you order during this live stream. Just saying, right? But, you know, I love the finish. Like, genuinely, that is the one thing that has been a consistent thing with Zion Arms products, right? With Zion Arms guns. Their finish on their receivers is just always amazing, right? Like there's no other gun out there that I can imagine off the top of my head that I can think. I'm sure there is one that does, like, maybe does a pretty good job as well, but off the top of my head, you know, the R15, all the Zion Arms guns are like, in terms of their external finish, like, it's absolutely beautiful, and still to this day, I think, it's my opinion, I think it's unmatched. I genuinely do. Like, every time I've unboxed a new Zion Arms, whether it was, you know, when the R15 when we first got it, the original PW9, the PW9-1, whatever it was, every time I looked at it, it looked really good. It looked really, really good, and it feels amazing in the hands too, considering even though it is full metal and feels sturdy, it's still very lightweight, right? It's still very, very lightweight. Ghostly Airsoft. Could I put the WoSport multifunctional tactical chest rig on a plate carrier? Ooh, that's a good question, actually, Ghostly. You should be able to, but the tricky part is going to be getting the buckles to match up perfectly. Unfortunately, this is the downside with that system, with that sort of swift clip system. With that, everyone's like version. Everyone has their own version of it, right? Every brand has their own version of that system. So unfortunately, right, being able to find 100% cross compatibility between every single different brand is just not really going to be possible. And I know I've tried, right? I've used Condor's system. I've used like Lancer's system. I've used like the WoSport. And all three of them are non-interchangeable with each other. Not without some special modification, which honestly, if you can like just like do like simple like stitching, right? Simple knit, like hand stitching, like, or like just knitting stuff, like, it's very easy. It's not too hard, right? You would have to undo the stitch for the buckles on one plate carrier and just swap them out for compatible buckles, right? That's literally the only thing you would have to do in order to get it to work. I've seen plenty of guys do it way before. You know, that was even a thing, right? That was even offered through mainstream retailers, right? That was a modification guys had to do on their own. So it's possible for sure. You'd have to be able to do it, right? And especially with the WoSport like multifunctional chest rig, absolutely. For those guys that don't know what I'm talking about, WoSport chest rig. All right, one of these bad boys. These are probably my favorite chest rigs that you can get right now. Because of how, one, affordable they are, and even more affordable. Coupon code 20th. I'm telling you guys, coupon code 20th for 10% off, right? But just how functional, simple, and low profile they are. They're so easy to work with, right? They're pre-built as is, right? And they're fully adjustable to whatever body size and weight that you may be. These are dope design, right? With the buckles that are here, yes, that is going to be the tricky part, getting it to work with a plate carrier that already has a like sort of like their own version of their like clip system, right? It's gotten very close with the Lancer Tactical. It's very, very close to Lancer Tactical. I think it's just a hair too thick, I want to say. It's a hair too big, but it does fit into it. It's just hard for me to get it to lock it. So you could go with the Lancer Tactical one and potentially modify it just to work a little bit more. That would be something that I would consider doing personally, right? It might be a bit of a project, but I mean, why not, right? I think when these chest rigs specifically were designed, they were not intended for any one plate carrier that they sold at the time. Actually, I think there's a code 11. Let me check in. You know what? I'm gonna check in right here. Plate carriers, right? There's a new plate carrier that actually came out that I was actually very, very impressed with. Is it this one? Oh, actually, this would be one too to consider. Yeah, this one already comes included with the placard, actually. This one already comes included with the placard. Right? This is the new quick release plate carrier, and it actually has the quick release detached like cummerbund. So literally lift up, and then the whole thing comes apart. I'm honestly gonna pick one up for myself. I want one. I think I specifically want the black color. Let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, quick release. I think I'm gonna go size medium. Yeah, I generally am a size medium in most things that I wear in terms of plate carriers. Yeah, this is probably one that I would honestly consider getting. Adjustable, looks very comfy, plenty of MOLLE real estate. It looks good. Like, honestly, this is a very well thought out plate carrier. This is something that's pretty damn cool. Honestly, I would say if you guys were in the market for a new plate carrier, highly consider this one. This is solid. This is really good. All right, let's see here. Davey 505, AK-12 and AK-74 in your opinion. That's a good pick. I know a lot of people like the AK-12. I think, don't get me wrong, I like the modern AKs as well. I guess it's just in my mind, like something about an iconic AKM or even I would say up to an AK-74, right, with wood furniture, still banging. Still banging. Let's see here. Crone, Thickest Senpai. Hey friend, for the mystery boxes, can we ask for omissions on things because of astigmatisms and such? I mean, when it comes to mystery boxes, generally, if it depends on the mystery box, right? Like for example, if it's like the silver, for example, right? That one is list based, right? So it's gonna be completely random, whatever it is that you end up getting. Now, can you still make a request? Sure. But these, in order to keep it fair, we generally do try to make sure that these are completely random, right? Because if we were to start listening to everyone's requests in like list-based mystery boxes, then it wouldn't really be fair for someone who also placed a request for something as well, right? Like if you ask, oh hey, can I get the SP1 carbine, right? Or hey, can I not get any AKs, or can I only get M4s? Well, it's like then that's going to limit you to what you can possibly receive, right? That's going to limit other people now. Right, because those options are gone. So usually when it comes to mystery box like this, no. However, if there is something specifically that you wanted in a mystery box, I would highly recommend you check out. Pretty sure it's still available. Yeah, make sure to check. We're down to, I think, the last amount, actually, the last handful of the Bigger Wins YouTube Unboxing mystery box, right? $220, guaranteed a higher retail value, right? Guaranteed higher retail value, and automatic free shipping. Not only that, this is one of the boxes where we actually do grant requests. Now, it's not guaranteed what you're going to be getting. Especially if you're like, hey, can I get like 10 M132s? Like, obviously, no, right? We can't do, there's a limit. But if it's within the budget and you say, hey, I'm just looking for a different platform other than an AR. Or, hey, I'm looking for something good for indoors. I want to go ahead and maybe get like a DMR of some kind, right? Can you guys help me out? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you put those types of requests in there and you're flexible, absolutely, we can definitely get your wishes granted. Let's see here. Romanian aim picked an aim off of Airsoft Jet not too long ago, adding a wooden stock soon. Nice, Owl, nice. Make sure I don't miss anything. Virgil Hill, they couldn't compete with the Mayo Gang MGC4. Lol. See, he's going through, He's going through, just making sure I don't miss anything. Always fun, Isaias. Pretty freaking sweet, Laush. Pretty freaking sweet. Let's see. Make sure I'm missing. I'm glad. I'm glad you were able to. So Virgil, you were able to take the MGC4 out there, right? And what's your kill count today, man? What's your KD ratio look like right now? Eden as well, y'all finished up a day of Airsoft and finally landed a stream. What's going on, Eden? Let me know, Eden, exactly what field did you go to? And how was it as well? And what's your KD, right? What's your KD? And again, again, I want to go and ask that question again. What are your guys' opinions on guns like this, right? Like different like platforms, like especially when it comes to like DMRs. Do you think that there's actually a point to them? Personally, I think so. But what do you guys think? Let me know, right? So last night was a mistake for the M110. It said add to cart last night. I was surprised. I thought it was already here. Huh. I'm not 100% certain what happened, actually. It was supposed to be on pre-order, but yeah. No, it's on pre-order right now. It's on a pre-order right now. Honestly, I wish it was here. I wish it was here. I genuinely do. It's probably not gonna. It's probably gonna be here fairly soon. Honestly. Oh, Black Brick apps. What's the best MAW for a LiPo battery? For an M4? For an M4. So when it comes to like the milliamperage, right? Like, it's honestly like the higher, typically the better, right? Because again, you'll be able to use it a lot longer, right? More life on that battery, but it depends on the battery compartment that specific gun offers you, right? If your gun's front wired and it has to sit inside a rail system, that kind of sucks, right? Because at the end, like, not saying that the guns themselves are, but it's kind of inconvenient, honestly. It really is inconvenient for the user to find something that, like, especially if you wanted a higher milliamperage, that can fit inside of the handguard. Now, a lot of guys at that point, if it's front wired, they'll just take the wiring out, not like literally, but they'll move the wiring outside of the rail system and use like a dummy PEC box or a battery box of some kind, maybe even like a foregrip, and just stuff it in there. That's one thing that guys will do. Honestly, that's a good workaround. I usually prefer most of my guns rear wired because again, it just makes it a lot easier. If you have, say, for example, like an M16 or something that runs like a CQB stubby stock, right? Like those CQB stubby stocks from like Lancer or Golden Eagle. Those are dope, right? They still offer plenty of battery space, more than enough space for a fat ass brick with like a really, really high milliamperage. We're talking like 2,000 plus, right? 2,000 plus milliamperage, you can definitely get a battery to fit in there because you have the space to work with it. Just bear in mind, the higher milliamperage, typically the higher the battery is also going to be, or the larger the battery is going to be as well. So you have to keep your battery compartment in mind. If you wanted to expand the compartment space, then look for, if it's rear wired, look for a different stock. We have plenty of stocks available on Airsoft GI. If you're looking for one that honestly I suggest that has the most amount of space, it's down to the PTS EPS. There we go. Oh, how did I misspell PTS? It's literally the name. P. There you go. EPS. There we go. Oh, I just popped my wrist. That felt good. Yeah, one of these. The PTS EPS stock, right? Something like this. Right, offers plenty. I like this thing holds a fuck ton of space, right, for whatever like milliamperage battery you have. Now, granted, could you get a brick to fit in there? Depends on the size and the dimensions of the brick. I recommend larger split type batteries, so like the nunchuck styles or butterflies. Those usually are what I typically go with. Those have no issue whatsoever fitting in here, right? I think we did a test on this. Was it 5 or 6 LiPo? I think it was 5 LiPo stick batteries that we were able to stick in here. It was pretty damn cool. It's pretty impressive. It's either that or waiting for this to come on. There we go. Yeah, like a CQB stubby stock, like one of these bad boys. For like $20, $19.99, right? Easy, right? Goes right onto the rear of the receiver, offers plenty of battery space, right? Like guys, especially like that use this stock. There's a guy on my team that actually uses one that I know personally on my team. He runs this on the back of his AR and he brings it out for Mills and West. And he's smart, right? Not only does he carry his big ass battery in there, which is like 2,100, 2,200 milliamperage, but he carries a spare battery inside of there as well for anyone else, right? And it's just a regular stick battery. He just carries it in there and it just flops around and he just carries that around. So just in case someone needs a battery, he's like, I got you, right? He pulls the lever down, he's able to take his battery out, no problem, and he hands it off, right? Easy. That's definitely the move, right? Definitely the move. Davey505, would you ever let a subscriber ever go to a Tactical Gearheads in store? During the live streams with Cisco, I joke around coming in to do one with just wondering. Yeah, Davey. I mean, I don't know if it would be like a full, like, for the Tactical Gearheads, it definitely has to be something that we've either put together ourselves, or something that's very unique. We have brought other people on, like other guests on for Tactical Gearheads before. We have brought other guests on for Tactical Gearheads, but it does typically have to be like a pretty unique or a really, really good loadout, right? Is it possible though? Yeah, absolutely, it is possible. It just depends on what the loadout is. However, we could be doing, like, what I would like to do is to do like kind of like a like sort of a subscriber special for the for a Tactical Gearheads, right? Tactical Gearheads subscriber special. That's something that I've always actually really wanted to do, where I get a bunch of people, right, that are subscribers to the channel. They come into the store. We film for just a few minutes, right? Go over their loadout very quickly, kind of shotgun style, and then it goes on to the next person, right? And then these are all like the Mayo Gang, right? This is all members of the Mayo Gang, all the different loadouts that they wear, and just to show how diverse the Mayo Gang really is, right? Because there's so many different types of people that are in this, community that we've built, and I love to see it. I love to see it. Right, but yeah, that's something that Davey, that we could definitely go ahead and do. Like, we'd have to workshop it, but I mean, that's something that we can definitely have done. Like, again, doing how much would you guys like that, right? Like, if you guys were able to come out to the walk-in store, the Custom Showroom and Lounge out in Walnut, right, out here in Cali, we can go ahead and get like a handful of guys to come in, right, and we do just quick shotgun style. Like tactical gearhead style video, right? Where we just go over the gear. All right, what are you wearing? What you got here? What you got here, right? And then, of course, we tail end it with a nice, cool shot, like a panning shot, where we just see all the different like members that we that got to shoot their video. That'd be dope. That'd be really, really freaking sick. Right, pretty freaking sweet, Lowish. See, make sure I'm missing there. Prime Take Customs, hello there. Eli Prather, when are the LT Gen 4s coming out? I have no idea, man. I have no idea. I think right now they're still focusing on their Gen 3s, and for good reason. The Gen 3s. Bro, Gen 2s and Gen 3s, both are, honestly, they're still hot sellers. And for good reason, they're still hot sellers, right? Great price and great value, right? You honestly can't argue that. But as far as Gen 4s out, I have no clue, bro. I have genuinely no idea. As soon as I know, I'll definitely be letting you guys know, right? I'm even wondering, too, like, what could they possibly do for the Gen 4s, right? What do you guys think? What could Lancer do for their Gen 4 series? Do you think, what changes would you want to make to the Gen 3s and for their next potential lineup that could be coming up, Let us know in the live chat. Let us know in the live chat. I want to hear what you guys have to say as well. They pray they're not all the Edge 2.0. Yeah, no, absolutely. No, Eli, we are still working on getting more of the Edge models in. We are still, and just more Specna in general, right? We are still working on getting more. Okay, answer that one. Answer that one. All right, let's scroll down to the most recent questions. The most recent questions and comments. Least fan Ether, you should do that loadout vid thing at the Mayo Gang meet. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. I think it would be. It's kind of hard to like coordinate that. Bear in mind because we are also still filming a main video there. Remember, every time we do a live roast my build at these Mayo Gang meets, that's specifically where we do it. And since there is going to be a live one, we do always film it, right? We do always film it and use it for social media as well, and we do use it for YouTube as well. So we are going to be filming something there already, but maybe we can go ahead and organize. We'd probably go through our social media, whether it be Instagram, using our Facebook, and especially our Discord server. We could definitely probably get something together, maybe organize like a nice little shoot. That'd be sweet. That'd be pretty freaking sweet, Lois. Let's see here. Sure. Dave, I'd be down. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. LeeSfan8034. What's the highest C rating I could use in my MGC4 Mark 1? So, okay. Here's where it gets kind of tricky. Technically speaking, something under 30C. Could you use 30C? Yes. But most airsoft manufacturers have advised us that most of their internals are built for 25C or lower. Now, does the C rating always, is it always accurate to the battery that you buy? Absolutely not. In fact, a lot of times it's actually lower than it actually suggests, right? You actually, if you were to take and actually measure it, it would actually register maybe a little bit lower than what it's actually advertised. That's just the reality of the C rating on batteries, right? They're coming from overseas. It's not going to be 100% accurate. Now, still, I recommend 25C or lower. Stitch, actual use opinions vary. I think you're safe to use 30C, but others use Beast Battery. Personally, I use 25 or lower. Yeah, same thing, Stitch. I use 25C or lower. That's typically what I'm advised for. Most ETUs can handle anything lower than a 30C. Anything 30C or higher might be pushing it. So, you know, there's that. That's what manufacturers are disclosing to us. That's what they're telling us. So just keep that in mind. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, that's the only problem with wearing gear for long periods of time, because I've been wearing this for a few hours. This setup is good. It's comfy, but I think because I'm sore from the gym. I think I need to go in and just have a nice good old back crack, honestly. A nice good back massage and just someone to just I'm actually pretty good at that. I actually, whenever I give my fiance or any of my friends massages, like I've actually gotten a pretty good. I do a really really good job. I actually used to be the team masseuse when I was still in water polo and swim. I used to make people cry, right? But afterwards they were like, "Oh, my back is so loose. I feel like I'm melting away." I can get people's spines. I can realign spines. Just, oh, it's so satisfying. So satisfying. See, 6 kills, 3 deaths. I played a small field, so not a lot of targets. Oh, it's understandable eating, but still, must be hella fun. Hella fun. Let's see here. The homie Ness, any huge performance jump going from Tamiya to Dean's batteries? Not really. It's not going to be a huge difference or anything. It's not like it's going to be a night and day difference. No, honestly. It honestly is just something that is a lot more convenient and nice to know. Like, here's the thing. Tamiya batteries, or not, yeah, Tamiya batteries. Tamiya connectors can fuse together, right? Not the hardest thing in the world to do, unfortunately, right? You're not going to have to worry about that with Deans, right? That's the biggest thing. That's 100% the biggest thing. That's honestly why I recommend doing it, especially now that a lot of guns, especially if they have pre-installed ETUs in them, a lot of manufacturers are getting their guns to be pre-wired to Deans out of the box, which is cool, right? Sometimes they'll include an adapter for Tamiya just in case, but just the fact that they made it wired to Deans is very, very cool in my opinion, because I would just recommend Deans rewiring pretty much all batteries in the first place, right? All your LiPo batteries, your lithium-ion batteries, right? And again, if you guys wanted to go and get your batteries or guns rewired to Deans, look up Deans plug, I misspelled it, plug in, installation. Right, waiting for that to load. Literally just freaking, where'd it go? Did I miss it? No. Okay, there is an adapter which we do sell. You know, I'm just gonna look up Dean's plugs. That's gonna be better. There you go. Dean's plugs installation. Literally on the website for $5. Whenever you buy a battery or an airsoft gun through us, and you buy this as well, we'll know to go ahead that service needs to be done. We'll do it for you, right? And it's actually a very easy thing to do. But if you guys want us to do it, yeah, we could definitely do that. Whenever you place an order, like online with us, yeah, we can definitely wire it to Dean's for you. Let's see here. Keeps going through. Least Fan 8034, your favorite brand of BBs? Interesting. Most of the time, like most BBs work just fine. I don't really have a major huge preference towards one or the other. I've used Elite Force BBs, I've used Lancer Tactical BBs, all fine. They're all really, really fine. G&G BBs, even KWA BBs, they all work just fine. Here's the thing when it comes to BBs. My favorite BBs? BBs that come from Airsoft GI, right? BBs that come from an authorized airsoft retailer like Airsoft GI, right? Because whenever you buy them from anywhere else, there's no guarantee that they're going to be that good. Unless they're literally the exact same brand, right? You never really know, right? That's why like the use of bad BBs automatically voids any and all warranties from any manufacturer, right? Doesn't matter how affordable the gun is, or doesn't matter how high-end the gun is, especially when it comes to high-end guns. The use of bad BBs voids any and all warranties. We say that like up front, right? Make sure you only get your Airsoft BBs from Airsoft GI, no matter what brand you buy. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Keep going through. Northern AP. Fun fact, Airsoft GI is the only place I could find tan Ranger plates for PMAX. Hey, yeah. I mean, we definitely got some cool stuff as well. Airsoft is a crazy addiction, Green Diesel. No, absolutely it is. Airsoft is definitely a kind of an interesting thing because there's so many different facets of Airsoft, right? Whether you're a player or you're just a collector or you just enjoy watching the games, right? There's something for everyone and everything, right? There's even the cosplay element to it as well. The LARPing, right? If you're talking about like Milsim events. Absolutely, right? But no matter what faucet you're in, even if you're out of one, like, you know, oh, I want to try something, you know, you're out of one aspect of Airsoft, right? Even if you're not playing anymore, still getting into the collecting side is still, like, addicting as all hell, right? It's so fun, right? And the worst part is as soon as you're done, you're like, even if it's just, like, the first couple times you played with the gun, you're like, you know what? I want another one. Yes, I want another one. And it just never ends, right? But, I mean, best to get them from Airsoft GI because, again, we got the best deals, right, going around literally everywhere, right? We have the absolute best deals on the market that you cannot beat, especially right now, right? Again, we only have, let's see, we have an hour left of the live stream. Remember, every $50 spent per order, you'll be receiving 5 entries into the giveaway, 5 chances of winning the shopping spree, right? It's a $50 order, that's 5 entries. If you're able to reach that $100 slightly above mark, that's 10 entries. $150, that's 15 entries. Guys, place your orders right now. Don't miss out. Darwin's Arbiter literally placed a pre-order for the... Is it pull it up right here? M110. I'm waiting for that to load. Just waiting for that to load. Waiting for that to load. He placed a pre-order for the new Elite Force HK M110 and got himself 85 entries. But you guys can as well. You guys can place your pre-orders and you'll be getting just that many entries. Remember, anything $20 or more and you guys are in, right? But this promo is only going on for the remainder of the stream, so don't miss out. Sorry, I was late. No, dude, no worries, no worries. What's up, Dark Tree? What's going on, bro? Sorry, I wouldn't get to talk too much in the store. It was a little busy, but, you know, I still wanted to go ahead and say hi and give you your will call as well. Northern AP, what's your opinion on the Unity risers? I think they're dope, right? I think they're really cool. I think they're made very, very well. Here, let's Unity riser. Like a lot of the risers just like sold out so quickly. But I mean, you know, these also kind of showed up as well. So I'm just saying, you know, if you know the PTS ones were gone, you know, you could also get those as well. Anyway, moving on. Let's see here. Jay Sparks, I purchased the Octurs PP19 and some mags on Wednesday or Thursday. Am I eligible for this giveaway, or was it one last week? So it depends on what time you bought. If you bought it Wednesday, for sure you were already entered in the shopping spree giveaway that just passed literally like 2 days ago. 2 days ago? Yeah, that literally passed 2 days ago, right? That was your entry into that. Now, if you purchased it on Thursday, and it was after, and this is the key phrase, if it was after 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If it was after 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, then you are entered into the next giveaway. However, if it was not placed past 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it was placed before that, that was another entry into the last Thursday's shopping spree giveaway, right? So if that's the case, then no, then those previous entries don't count towards the most current giveaway, right? We do it by weekly basis. So once the cutoff, like the cutoff time is every Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's the cutoff time for every single shopping spree giveaway we've done. Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, that's it. Any orders placed after that are all going to count towards the following giveaway. Ghostly Airsoft, could they fit a slim person? I believe if we're talking about the plate carrier that we were talking, yeah, they should be able to. Again, when it comes to plate carriers getting them to fit, here's what I recommend. If they don't already, get some plates. Get some plates, or even if you have to make your own plates, do that too, right? Just putting plates in there really helps keep the form a lot more rigid, and it helps kind of keep things nice and snug as well. And the cummerbund can always be adjusted more, right? You can, yeah, it's preset as is, but there's always ways to modify it, right? A lot of times the cummerbund is usually held in place, maybe with some like paracord that's tied really tight. Honestly, what I do in order to like get it to be a little bit more fitted, I'll usually cut that or undo the knot, and then I'll just use zip ties and like loop it through and basically space it out, right? And loop it through with some zip ties so that way it fits even tighter, right? You can always modify it. There's always ways to modify plate carriers in order for them to fit you. Even if you're a larger, heavier set dude, or if you're like a really, really slim dude, yeah, absolutely, you can get it to work. Battle Buddy, hi, hope you are doing well. Can you recommend me some GBR M4? Well, Battle Buddy, thank you so much. I hope you are doing well as well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great day as well. Can you recommend some GBR M4s? Absolutely. So ultimately depends, right? It depends on who you ask what's considered like a good GBR M4. I would say look for what your expectations are. What are your expectations? What do you hope to do with it, right? So, for example, let's try, if you're looking for just out-of-the-box performance, Marui MWS, right? I think let's see if it's still available. Dang it, sold out, right? This would normally be the model that I would recommend first, right? Going with a Marui M4A1 MWS system, right? The MWS system is dope. It's freaking dope. There's more and more parts coming out for it, like, and we're carrying them too. Unicorn is really on top of that, right? The M4 MWS is like probably the best. It's gonna probably be the best performance GVR out of the box, right? It just is, right? It's super freaking consistent. That Japanese space magic, right? Now, if I had to pick a second place, it's kind of a toss-up for me. It's either between KWA or WeTech, right? KWA is really, really dope. I love how good they are out of the box. Again, I've played with stock one. I still technically speaking playing with a stock one right now. The only thing I've changed out was bucking, but I want to swap that out for a different one too. Something a little stiffer. But going with, like, say, KWA LM4, right? Yeah, here we go, right? The LM4 PTR, absolutely love this one, right? Going with something like this, absolutely, highly, highly, highly recommend. It's just dope, right? Like, I remember this when this first came out, there was so much hype around it, and I wanted it so bad. And the LM4 was the very first, like, big purchase that I made when I started working through Airsoft GI, right? Like, I saved so much for it, and I still feel so proud of that gun, right? This is one that I would recommend. It's good out of the box. Doesn't really need anything other than maybe in the future, maybe a new hop-up setup, right? But that's pretty much about it. That's literally it. Now, something else that I would also suggest would be the WeTech M4. Or M16, because you can just build it out to be an M4. You get the idea, right? Any of the WeTech, like, ARs are going to be really, really solid as well. WeTech's been around for quite a while, so there's plenty of aftermarket parts that are available for it, which is really, really cool. If it would load, I'm going to close that out. WeTech M4. Should be getting more options coming up with that. If it doesn't take forever. Oh, while we're waiting for that. Yeah, the WeTech M4, like, or the WeTech system overall, like, that's something that they're known for, is just out of the box, they're okay, they're pretty solid. But most people going with upgraded components for them, which, again, I see even when I play, right? If I see someone with a WeTech, they're like, yeah, no, I had swapped out all the internal parts, which can get a little pricey, but it is still really, really cool, right? The potential you have with a WeTech is very, very high. All right. Now, the other options that I would say that are also pretty good. Even the PCCs are actually really cool. These things shoot fast, too. That's one thing I've kind of noticed about these. These things shoot really, really fast, right? Now, there are also Eagle. I'm pretty sure you might have seen these on the website. The Golden Eagle GVRs, right? The MC6, was it 66? Yeah, 6645 or 6641. These look cool. Don't get me wrong, and the price point is very, very tempting, right? Especially because they're under $300. That's really, really tempting, right? That's definitely attention grabbing. However, typically for these are using the Western Arms gas blowback system, right? So it's a little bit outdated, I will have to say, and finding the parts for them upgrade or even just replacements is actually kind of hard, right? It's kind of difficult. The magazines aren't always the best in terms of retaining their gas. If you were looking for something to play in your backyard with, just do some target blinking, and you really wanted a gas gun, yeah, the Golden Eagle would be something that I would suggest. But, however, if you were looking at something for more, like, field play, I would consider going either WeTech or going with a KWA. Cubic Gaming, should I get anything and put a carbine kit? Yeah, I mean, carbine kits are cool. I got nothing wrong with carbine kits. I think they look sick, right? It's more of an individual preference if you really want one. Keeps going through. Think I answered that one. Bro, I got my Mark 18 kitted out all smexy, and then Garantham drops his recce rifle video the very next day. That's hilarious, Northern AP. I get that, right? Like, you're like, oh man, I finally put together this dream build that I've wanted. Nothing can top this. And then you see, like, either a photo or you see a video game or a movie or some gun tuber, right? Puts out a video and the build is like, oh, apologies. The build is like really, really good, and you're just like, fuck, now I gotta put money towards this as well. I hear that. It happens to us all the freaking time. All the time. Right? That's actually kind of like something that's also kind of funny. I want to ask you guys as well. Northern AP brought it up. It's really, really good idea, some topic, right? when it comes to builds, like, how do you guys like to build your airsoft guns? Do you like to build them for your individual needs, or do you like to go based off of like maybe what you see in terms of like video games, movies, or like gun tubers when they suggest, oh yeah, put this on here, put this on here? Do you try to build it off of their kit as well, right? And do you find that that works for you, right? Let me know in the live chat, actually. I'm very, very curious about that. How do you guys like to build your airsoft guns out? Sure, I'm missing anything? The homie Nest, what's SC Village FPS limit? I'm pretty sure theirs was still 400. Pretty sure that's still like pretty standard. There's still standard FPS limit, 400 FPS. However, I'm pretty sure that they allow higher FPS for DMRs and snipers, but it has to be a legit DMR, and you have to clear it with the refs beforehand. Isaias, I have too many, brother. Wife said I gotta clean up the ones I have before I get any more, and I'm saving for BB wars. No, I hear that. I hear that. Literally have replicas laying all over the house right now. Dude, I get that. I'm pretty good about keeping my stuff out of the house. The only reason why is because sometimes my fiance does bring her family over, right? And even just me, like apparently her sister saw me one time just rewiring, or soldering some batteries, right? And she saw me with listening to music, just doing that. And she looked for a while, and she saw like a bunch of wires. She deadass, no joke, thought I was building a bomb. She thought I was a domestic terrorist. That's why it's called the No Flightless live stream, right? But no, she deadass thought like, are you making, and she asked me too, are you making a bomb? Like all concerned. I'm like, no, I'm literally just rewiring some batteries. And she's like, oh, okay. It's absolutely like hilarious. Like when that happened, I was busting up laughing. All right, but no, I get that. Like I'm pretty good about keeping track of all my stuff, my airsoft guns, and keeping them all like in one spot. They're all in the garage, which again I'm very excited. Before the end of the year, that's the goal. Before the end of the year, my garage is going to be cleaned out, right? And having my fiance help clear her stuff out as well. The garage is going to be reorganized, and I'm going to decorate it. So that will be my new streaming setup. So you guys will have some nice, beautiful BB gats to look at in the background for my No Flightless live streams when I do those on Tuesdays. It's going to be very cool. I'm very excited to see it too, because I do kind of want that to be sort of like my airsoft armory, you know, kind of. I know it sounds a little cringe, my armory. But no, it is, right? I want it to be my airsoft armory, right? I want to have all my tactical gear in there, like, because I have, like, believe it or not, I have, like, small little closets where I can actually put stuff in, right? And I have, like, shelves for all my, like, tactical gear so I can organize everything. I just really got to get my monitor set up in there and then run my Ethernet cable through. It's a long enough Ethernet cable for sure. I should have enough space to run it to the house. But I'm just very, very excited for that to happen. I'm really, really excited to have a whole like legit streaming setup as well. I also want to see about soundproofing the garage, if that's going to be possible as well. Just because I do want to start like putting together more reels for voice acting. Being able to, you know, not have the neighbors come over being like, why are you screaming in there? Are you okay? Thinking I'm dying, right? That would be nice, right? To be able to do voiceover work without having the neighbors be all concerned, right? Having to go to them, look, if you hear some weird sounds, don't worry, I'm not actually fighting with anyone. That's actually happened a few times where like I was like literally just doing like voice acting, or like just doing some like side stuff, right? Just for like skits and stuff. And like the neighbors came over like, oh, we heard there was a loud noise. Is everything okay? Like, oh no, I'm just doing, I'm just acting right now, just for a video. That's happened a few times. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny when that happens. But it'd be nice to avoid that altogether. Blackbrick, that's a very good question. Should I get a high Kappa or a Glock? Okay, here's what I would suggest. If you were looking for like a total tech project, right? Total tech project, you wanted to have unlimited resources when it came to, you know, aftermarket support, go for a high Kappa. Now, if you wanted a Glock, then yeah, I would say, you know, Elite Force Glocks are very well made, right? Very reliable. Magazines are plentiful for them. And upgrade parts, while they may not be anywhere near as plentiful as the high Kappa series, there are more and more companies that are coming out with aftermarket parts for them. Lilacs, Unicorn as well. Plenty of stuff you can do with a Glock, right? At that point, it's just going to be a matter of individual preference, whatever you prefer. Just bear in mind, again, pros with the high Kappa is just the sheer aftermarket support. No other pistol comes close to it in terms of aftermarket support. Do you know when the Arcturus modular magazines and accessories for the Cat series is going to be available in the US? Japanese guys are reviewing them on YouTube now. As soon as our distributors can get them, absolutely, yeah. Like, we have the Cat series guns, but other accessories, like the other Cat series stuff, I would love to go ahead and be able to start getting more of those in. More of those ins would be really, really dope. He's going through. Okay, answered all of those. Let's scroll down to the most recent comments and questions. Gnarls, if you have a garage door opener, take the emergency rope off. Lots of garages get robbed like that. Gnarls, that's actually very good advice. I will have to take that into consideration as well. Because again, especially with what happened with what happened at Cisco, dude, that freaking sucked. Like, that made me really think, okay, I'm glad I have a ring and like a whole like setup, like surveillance setup, like around the house. I'm glad I made the investment in that. DJ, I do not have a garage or shed, but I'm going to build one before winter as well. Yeah, that's definitely a way to do it, right? Being able to get one to store your airsoft stuff in, very, very good, right? Because then it kind of just keeps everything out of the way, right? It's nice to be able to like, oh, I'm gonna go play. Let me go to the let me go to my armory. Let me go to the armory. See what I want to use, right? Let's see here. DJ, my gut, what up? What up, bro? Just picked up my silver mystery box. Oh yeah, I remember, DJ. Like, I gave you that one. I am very happy that you were happy with your prize, DJ. I was very happy to see that you were like super ecstatic about it. I want to see that unboxing video. I want to see your honest to God reaction. LeeSfan84. Okay, I build my guns based off usability. I use a flashlight and grip only on my main DSG build. All right, no, that's pretty cool. So again, just very practical, like whatever you need, you use, or whatever you use and you need, you're just gonna go off of that, right? That makes sense. I get that. DJ, I like to make my rifles my own. Once in a blue moon, I will create something I see. Okay, no, I get that. Like, again, a little bit more creativity. That's cool. Don't get me wrong. I like going based off of like setups that I see. For me personally, I like seeing different kits because again, I like to put together kind of impression kits, sort of to an extent, right? But I'll take a few liberties with it, again, just to fit for practicality's sake. But you know, sometimes like for individual builds that I'm not basing it off anything, yeah, I get that, right? Just wanted to build something entirely all on your own, right? Let's see here. Okay, this one comes from LeeSfan84. What would your first gearbox upgrades to the R15 with a budget of 150? I wouldn't even really do too much, to be honest. I'm being serious. Like, a lot of these guns that are coming out now, like, there's really not a whole lot that I would really want to do, considering what fields require to, like, their rules, and then just what the everyday player needs are. There's not really too much that I would even want to do to the R15, right? Most of the stuff that I would do would probably be external. Again, if it's not gearbox really, just bucking an inner barrel, right? Like, just swapping those out, hop up nub as well. I would think maybe, honestly, if there's anything that I would do for any gearbox, honestly, just a good reshim. That's like the biggest thing, making sure it's nice and finely tuned. But that's pretty much about it. Yeah, like I'm being serious. Like there's not really too much that I would personally do with it, because again, I don't really find the use or like the need for like DSG builds or anything like that, or crazy rate of fire builds. It's cool, right? But I only really use crazy rate of fire builds when it comes to like, I don't know, freaking like LMGs, maybe even some SMGs as well, because it kind of makes sense, right? Like my MP5 that I have at home. That I have like 13-to-1s, and could you do something similar, like a different gear setup for an R15? Yeah, you could. But would I personally ever feel like I needed it? No, personally I wouldn't. Do you like HSP, or do you go there because it's so close to you? I'm thinking about getting a membership there. LeeSfan8034, you know what? I gotta say, here's what I like and what I don't like about Hollywood Sports. HSP, if you guys don't know Hollywood Sports Park. Bellflower, right? That's the actual city that it's in? Yeah. Yes, you're right. I love the fact that I'm super close, right? I love the fact that I'm like literally an 8-minute drive away from me. It's like nothing, bro. It's nothing, right? Like, that's super cool, right? And that was the downside when I went to my favorite field, and it's still my favorite field, Hollywood Sports. Jungle Island Wildlands Airsoft is still my favorite airsoft field, but the problem is that it's so far, right? Like Lake Elsinore is definitely a drive, right? just to get there is like an hour and a half, maybe an hour 45. Same thing coming back, maybe even more if there's traffic, right? That's my biggest downside with going to Wildlands. It's just the drive, right? For me, it's pretty far. Is it worth it? Yes, but there are some times where I'm just like, you know what? I don't really want to go too far. I kind of want to, just go somewhere local, not spend too much time going through traffic, right? Get a couple of games in, and I'm not gonna lie, getting that industry discount whenever I go to airsoft fields, right? Because if anyone does work in airsoft shops, you guys know that a lot of times a lot of fields will actually give you an industry discount. Paying half price for entry is actually pretty damn cool, right? So getting a membership, if you're going to be playing pretty frequently, I'd say it's worth it. I love the fact that they changed the rule set. No more minimum engagement distance. That's awesome. No minimum engagement distance at an outdoor field. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. That solves so many of the problems, right? That solves so many issues right then and there. Now, will there still be, for whatever reason, players that, don't call their hits or do like really scummy stuff? Yes, of course, right? They will. There absolutely will always be. I don't think I told you guys that last time that I went. I only had one thing that happened there, and thankfully it got resolved very quickly. I was playing, as you do. I was playing as you do, and I saw these two players walking back, and they had their hands up. Right, they looked like they were, walking to the dead box. Right now, I didn't see their hands at first. I only saw the bodies moving, and I didn't see any of the bands on there. They didn't have the colored bands on them. So I moved from behind cover. Bop, bop, right? And I drop him. And I drop the first guy. But then he's like, oh, yeah, yo, right? He still has his hand up. And as soon as I saw that, I felt terrible, right? I felt terrible. And I said, oh, my bad, dude. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shoot you. I didn't see the hand. And he was like, oh, it's fine, right? Thankfully, I didn't hit him in any, like, super sensitive area. I hit him right in his plate carrier. But his buddy kept looking at me and kind of staring back and forth. And I'm like, what the heck's going on with him? Why is he looking at me weird, right? And I was like, all right, whatever. Just ignore him, right? As soon as he walks past my peripheral, he quickly spins around and just shoots me, right? And I'm like, did I get hit? Right? And I look back and it was him. And all of a sudden, now he has his gun kind of going around, right? I'm like, really? And I asked him, like, really? And he's like, yeah, right? And he just keeps walking. I'm like, all right, right? I'm not going to argue, right? I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I don't want to argue. It's not worth it, right? It's literally not worth it. So I literally get up and I'm just walking to the dead box. Apparently, every player in the dead box saw that, and even the ref was watching, and she saw that, and as soon as she saw that, she literally said, oh, hell no. No, get back here. And she started talking to the player, right? And the player, he was trying to act all like, oh, I was just walking, right? Trying to act all innocent. All the other players were literally calling him out, right? It's like, dude, don't pretend. Like, don't play dumb. Like, you know what you did, right? And he's like, where in the rules does it say you're not allowed to walk? And the ref had to explain to them, it's in the rules. If you read them, you're not allowed to, it literally says you're not allowed to pretend to be dead. You're not supposed to pretend to be dead, right? That's not okay, right? Because that's apparently a rule in paintball as well. I didn't know if that was, I don't play paintball anymore. But yeah, apparently that's a thing that they enforce there as well. He started arguing with her. I even tried telling the guy too, like, dude, don't argue with the ref. Just say, okay, I'm sorry. I don't want you to get kicked out, man. I told him I didn't want him to get kicked out, but he decided to keep flapping his gums, and sure enough, he got himself banned from the field, right? Now, good on the ref because they were able to identify the issue and quickly resolve it without getting either emotional and getting violent. It didn't become a whole thing, right? Thankfully, the guy was just too heated, right? He was too upset, and he ended up getting kicked out. That's literally, he reaped what he sowed. He got what he hooking deserved, right? Like, it just happens, right? It just happens, right? That's just a lesson to you guys. Don't ever fight players. Just let the refs handle it. If refs see that shit, they will not let that shit fly, whether it's not calling their hits or just doing other scummy behavior, right? Refs are on it, right? So I would say, Leafs fan, if you're going to see yourself playing there quite frequently, then I'd say get the membership. It is worth it if you're going to be playing at a frequent basis. All right, let's see here. Okay, Mr. Accountability. What would be a good optic for the MGC4 Mark II, but having a full face mask to see the dot reticle being good for close and long range? I know I'm looking for unicorns here. Now, it's good, Mr. Accountability, that you are aware that it is going to be a little tricky to do with a full face mask. What I would suggest at that point... Okay. It depends on what your style is, right? Because whether you want to see have just a basic red dot, or if you wanted something with magnification, really depends on your style. One of the things that I actually kind of want is this, right? I want this. I know Dartry the other day was asking, like, oh, do we have the MROs by themselves, right? I would suggest maybe going with this MRO, right? I think this optic's kind of unique, but it's still kind of wasn't a big fan of it at first. I think Cisco and I were on the same basis. We weren't huge fans of the design at first, right? It looked kind of off, but the more we look at it and the more we keep using it, because we put this on an MGC4 Mark II. This was on Cisco's personal build, and it just looked good. It looks good, and it feels really good, especially when paired off with the Atlas Custom Works mount for the MRO optics. With this mount, it elevates it. It looks high, yes. And that's something about me, right? Like, I will always clown a little bit on guys that have super high risers, right? I was like those dive board, right? But I understand why. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I don't understand what the purpose is. I totally get it, right? I totally understand it, right? Makes it a lot easier. You don't have to crane your neck as much, right? It's right there, right? It's so easy, right? It's very, very easy. It takes a lot of strain off the neck, which I'm all for. But I always say that because a lot of those guys, same guys, I'm not saying that's just stereotypes, but, just saying, a lot of those guys that I know also love to clown on people that, would use the Picatinny mounts for the carry handles, right? The carry handle Picatinny mounts. They would clown on guys like that, be rocking that, like, what, you got that old setup, man? You got to get the new and improved. And I'm like, bro, we're literally rocking the same thing. Like, am I a joke to you? What's going on, right? But with that said, I think that this setup, right, this Atlas Custom Works MRO mount with the Atlas Custom MRO sight itself, it's a kind of a vibe, man. It's really good. And even if you had a full face mask, that should make it a lot easier for you to ADS. That's what I would recommend. Wildfire asks, sorry for the spelling errors. I tried. Well, no worries, dude. No worries. I have a Lancer Tactical Kalashnikov AK-104 and would like to change their handguard to a metal one. Can I use handguard, or which one do you recommend? You should be able to use most, as long as it's specifically designed for like that AK series 74, 105, 104. Then you should be able to swap it out for a metal one. You'd have to check which ones are available right now. Let's see. AK handguard. It's really going to be a matter of individual preference too, because there's so many different styles out there. Yeah, I would say just look at see what's available to you. But as far as fitment, sometimes a little bit of fitment might be required, right? Especially if you're going brands like LCT, for example. Have I seen them work for other brands like Lancer? Yes, but sometimes there might be a little bit of filing that might be required, maybe some material that might need to be cut. Really depends on what sort of brand compatibility. I haven't changed out anything on the Kalashnikov USA license AKs from Lancer yet, because I've just kept them stock, but they should be compatible with other handguards as well. Again, you're just going to have to do a little bit of experimentation and then filing down or cutting if necessary. Okay, let's see your answers. Let's see here. Ian McKenzie, is there anything new coming from Zion Arms? I believe so. I believe coming holiday season or maybe next year, like early next year, we might be seeing some more new Zion Arms products being available, which is very, very cool to see. I love seeing more stuff available for them. Let's keep scrolling up, keep scrolling up. I'm poor again, Darwin's Arbiter. I'm poor again. Hey, man. You know what? It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Because here's the thing, Darwin. You very well, you have 85 chances of winning. You have literally 85 chances of winning, right? The shopping spree giveaway for $3,000. You could very well just get that money back, right? You're just going to end up getting that money back, right? And then some, right? And then with that leftover amount, or with that $3,000 that you have, you can literally use it towards anything else. And you don't have to go ahead and dip into your own personal stuff, right? You can literally just go into like, yeah, I'll just go take this off my account. Take it off my tab, will you? Add it to my tab. Mass Arms, do you have any Car 15 stocks in store, even if it's Boneyard? I'd have to check, see if I had any. I don't believe I do currently. Let's take a look, though. Let's take a look. Why not, right? Well, let's take a look, see if we have any Car 15 stocks. Car 15. I didn't think we did any more. Car 15 stock. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any more at the moment. Yeah, I'd have to double check around here to see if I have any. If anything, Mass Arms, you can DM us as a reminder. DM us on our Discord, asking, hey, is there any, even if it's like Boneyard or I can definitely take a look for you. But again, you're just gonna have to DM us directly so we remember. Answer that one. Answer that one. Yeah. Yeah, I think we should be caught up. Oh, this Ackray, what's going on, buddy? What's going on, mate? Okay. Any details on ability of getting a space at the Mayo Gang meetup for the 23rd? Just curious on that. So as of right now, we haven't had a like sign-up sheet yet made for it. However, we're in the next couple of business days, I imagine we're going to end up getting a sign-up sheet. We're going to start blasting on our social media. So if you guys wanted to reserve yourself a spot as a vendor, I guess, as like an outside vendor, then yeah, you'd be able to. I know I got a couple of guys already that want to go, that started asking me about it. We'll probably go starting next week, Ackray and everyone else. We'll probably go ahead and have that list made so that we can start taking in like reservations. Essentially, you can make your reservation for a space outside. What I would still suggest though, Ackray, just in case, and for anyone else that's interested in the, if you guys didn't see, I'll pull it up for you guys right on the main site, right here. The Mayo Gang meet sale is actually happening September 23rd, right? Later on this month. It is going to be on a Saturday, right? It's going to be very, very cool. We are going to be having, I actually got confirmation on it. We are going to be having food there as well, right? It's going to be very, very cool. Some cool Filipino barbecue as well. We got doorbuster deals, swap meet boosts. Stop moving. I just want to click on this freaking thing. And of course, right? But when it comes to this, it's all right there, right? If you guys want to see, it's like the first banner that shows up. But what I would say is bring your own table, bring your own chairs, and if possible, bring a canopy, just in case, right? I know that we had a canopy last time, and tables are going to be very limited, though. That's the big thing. Tables are going to be very limited. So I would highly recommend you bring your own table, bring your own canopy, and bring your own chairs if possible. Just in case, right? Because space might be available, but also not as well. I would highly recommend just bring your own stuff just in case. Let's see here, make sure I don't miss anything. Answer that one, answer that one. All right, guys, we literally have less than 30 minutes. We have 28 minutes left of the live stream. Make sure to go ahead and get your entries in while you can, right? We are nearing the last stage, the last portion, we'll say, of the live stream. So make sure to get your entries in as much as possible. Remember, every $50 spent per order, and you'll be receiving 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. 5 chances of winning $3,000 all for yourself, right? You spend $50, that's 5 entries. You spend a little more, but still going to be 5. Once you get up, though, to the $100 mark, because that's another 50 on top, right? That's going to be 10 entries. Same thing, 150, that's 15 entries. Think multiples of 50. Don't miss your chance, right? Do not miss your chance. You want to get as many entries as you possibly can into this giveaway, right? $3,000 are on the line, which you guys can win, right? But you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so make sure to go ahead and get those entries in. Remember, if you want to get even more entries into the shopping spree giveaway, make sure to check out the silver 20th anniversary mystery box, right? With that, you will be getting 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway, right? I'll wait for this to load. There you go. You'll be getting 10 entries into the shopping spree giveaway, right? It's an absolute banger. Only retails for $145, and you get an amazing list of prizes that you could potentially win. You're guaranteed to win something off of this list as well, right? Guaranteed to win something off of this list specifically, right? There's some dope guns in here, including the Easter eggs, right? The Easter eggs, Klitschkov USA license stuff as well. Again, don't miss your chance. Own this mystery box for yourself and get those 10 extra entries of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Also, in recent news, my private collection mystery box also became available. I believe only a few people have taken advantage of it. Again, very limited quantity. Very, very limited quantity. You guys have to jump on this while you can. I will be hooking you guys up with some dope airsoft guns. Guns that either I own personally, that I've owned in the past, that I plan on owning in the future, or the guns that I really, really want to own at some point in life, right? Guns that I wish that I had, right? Make sure you take advantage of this as well. Again, that's going to be extra entries into the shopping spree giveaway. That's extra entries into the giveaway, extra chances of winning $3,000. Don't miss your chance, right? And again, we have new products like the HK-M110, which Darwin's Arbiter placed a pre-order for and got himself hella entries, right? The Toki Marui Mark 46 LMG, right? The next generation recoil shock. A superb feeling. A sublime feeling. LMG, if you will, right? Highly recommend that as well. Yeah, is it expensive? Yes. Is it worth it? Hell yeah. Hell fuck yeah, right? Not only that, we have plenty of items that are on a shocker deal right now, meaning that these are the best deals that you can get in Airsoft, hands down, right? But these discounts are very limited in time, right? You don't have the most time in the world to go ahead and place your orders for it. So might as well go ahead and do it now so you can make it worth your while and get those extra entries into the giveaway. So don't miss your chance. Place your orders while you can, right? I mean, just freaking look at that. It's freaking insane. It's insane. Absolutely insane, right? Let's keep scrolling up, keep scrolling up. Make sure I'm missing anything. Okay, yeah. Scroll down to the most recent questions and comments. Prime Tech Customs. Any expected restock of the Atlas Custom Works SOCOM? Freaking can't read this because SOCOM QD5. Yes. Most of the Atlas Custom Works stuff should be restocked. I mean, there's no exact ETA, unfortunately. It's really just whenever our distributor is able to get them in. It takes a couple weeks for stuff like that to get restocked, but we should be able to get them in. Like, it's just going to be a matter of waiting until the distributor is able to get them. Then we're able to go ahead and list them back up on the site. But yeah, we should be able to get a restock of that. It's not like it's been discontinued or anything. Just put an indoor spring on my spring, but I can't shoot it because it's windy. I would highly recommend at that point, Fry. I mean, if you can, maybe try to change out the BB weight as well. Readjust your hop up for a heavier BB weight, and that might help mitigate the problem a bit. Let's see here. Hey, it's Lycan. Hey, just found my old Galaxy MP5K in the attic. Nice. Anything you'd recommend for me to do before I start trying to use this thing again? Haven't used it in probably 15 years. Ideally, reshim, right? Reloop, like just a whole like a nice little fine tuning, right before you place it out, because that's old. That's definitely old, right? It's definitely an old gun. One of my buddies actually does have the exact same model, the Galaxy MP5K. I'd highly recommend a reshim, right? Just because, you know, it's been so old, it's been so long. I mean, personally, for me, since it's such a small little gun, I would like to go ahead and maybe swap out gear set and do like the whole internal work. But just to keep it like simple, right? Maybe say just reshim, relube, right? New unicorn bucking inner barrel if you can get one. Unicorn bucking setup, or inner barrel setup, and then that's about it, honestly. That's pretty, maybe rewired to Dean's, if anything. Yeah, that's pretty much the biggest thing that I would honestly suggest for it. Like, that's pretty much it. Keep scrolling up, keep scrolling through. Sure I'm not missing anything. Hey, also, what's up, y'all? Decided to want to participate in the chat now that I rested up. Good for you, Eden. I'm glad that you restocked. Zion Arms AK, he said. Now that would be pretty sick. That would be pretty damn cool if we could see Zion Arms take on an AK. I'm interested. Zion Arms. If anyone from Zion Arms is listening right now, you hear what the people are asking for. A Zion Arms AK? I'd be down. I would 100% be down. Lisa8034, best gun bag / gun case, 30-inch or longer for around $50 to $75. Lancer, NC Star, Vism are going to have some pretty good cases, right? There's some pretty good options for you in that price range, right? Especially if you're going like 75 or under. Yeah, I'd say those are the brands you want to look for. Lancer, NC Star, Vism, those are going to be good. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Dremel is your friend. Did my buy make it for the 10 entries? Yes, if you bought within the stream, Stitch, absolutely. You made it for the 10 entries into the giveaway. Absolutely you did, right? Stitch, you got your entries, bro. You got your entries. Battle Buddy, I like to set up my rifles based on those I use in my service. That makes sense. No, that makes sense. Like, you have prior experience with it, right? You trust the rifle set up in a certain way. You're trained for that use. It makes sense that you'd want to set it up that way. It's pretty cool. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Dark Tree. I'm doing an unboxing video. My box is rather... Ooh. Jayla, who's the distributor for Airsoft? We have a bunch of distributors. We have a bunch of distributors, actually. That's why, like, there are so many different, like, products that we carry, because we carry products from various other warehouses, right? LeaseFan8334, in your new garage setup, you should have a picture of the whole Mayo Gang. Well, here's the thing. It'd be hard to do that, LeaseFan, because the Mayo Gang is across the U.S., right? There are a ton of people, thousands of people in the Mayo Gang, right? Now, as far as, you know, within the members of the Mayo Gang that are closest to us, right, then absolutely, I could definitely have a picture. I actually have a picture of, see if I can pull it up. I have a picture of all of us when we were, actually, you know what? I'm going to pull it up here. I'm going to pull it up here. That way you guys can see it as well. That way you guys can see it as well. This was a very cool little thing that we did. Let's see. Had a few guys over at my house, kind of like an impromptu Mayo Gang meetup at my house, right, that I had set up. It was very, very small, right? Very, very spur of the moment. But again, like this is gonna be nothing compared to the official Mayo Gang meet, right? That's gonna be dope, right? But I have a picture of, let's see, there we go. Picture local. Let's go here. That way you guys can see as well. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that right there. Very, very fun night. I'll show it briefly so that way, in case, you know, I'm pretty sure they're not like camera shot. Yeah, they've all been on camera before. Stitch, right in the background right there with the blue shirt, right, lurking in the back. We got Airsoft Brewer, and then we got Real Wild as well. And then, of course, Boaz and myself. Very, very fun night. Very, very fun night, right? I might have that picture up on there as well. And I want to, here's the thing, I want to meet everyone. I genuinely want to meet everyone in the Mayo Gang, right? It's hard to do, obviously, because, like, the Mayo Gang is so spread out. And there's so many of us, right? But again, that's why I'm gonna be like absolutely ecstatic for this Mayo Gang meet that we're having later in the year, or later on in this month, on the 23rd. Because again, it's an opportunity for so many people to come out and hang out and just say what's up, right? I would love it if, even if I'm working, just come up to me and say, "Oh, what's up," right? I freaking love that. I freaking love that, right? That'd be freaking sick. Let's see here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, I think I answered that one. Okay, answered that one. Okay, should be caught up on those. And again, guys, if you have any Airsoft-related questions, let me know down in the live chat with the letter Q. Makes it a lot easier for me to go ahead and see it. And remember, you are welcome to ask your question more than once if I haven't already answered it. And I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are on guns like this HK-M110. Let me know in the chat what you guys like to run, whatever topics you guys want to talk about in terms of airsoft guns. For me, this was actually something that I really wanted to focus on mainly was do you think that there is a point to running different DMR platforms when performance-wise you could theoretically get an airsoft like, you know, M4 or AR based gun, right, just like a regular M4, and have that shoot like a DMR, have it shoot the same range? Do you think there is a point to it or no? But I think so, but what do you guys think? Let's go to the most recent stuff. Let's see here. Sure, I'm missing anything. Okay, here we go. Hey, it's Lakin. I just got back into Airsoft within the last 2 to 3 years. Having a proper primary would be nice to have back, even if it's just a relatively stock MP5 kit. Yeah, no, absolutely. Even if it's relatively stock, that's fine. It's just for your purposes, I think, just to update the performance a little bit and have you be a little bit more competitive, considering it is a K. Just having better range and accuracy is always going to be something that should be like considered, especially because swapping out the inner barrel and bucking is never really super difficult to do on airsoft guns, right? One of the easier modifications most people should be able to go ahead and do. Okay, this one comes from Frenchie. I am looking to possibly getting Zion Arms R15. Can you give me a sales pitch to convince me to get it? Also, what is out of the box range? Well, Frenchie, you came to the right place. All right, let's pop one up. Let's pop them up, right? Let's go R15. All right. Have to get my I wish I had a sip of water here, right? Because my freaking mouth is dry as crazy. But we'll continue moving forward, right? So when it comes to the Zion Arms R15, right? The Zion Arms R15, in my opinion, right, second only to the MGC4, all right? Second only to the MGC4 is the one of the, it is the best high-end AEG that you can get, and I do mean that, right, for a couple of different reasons, but number one, chief among them, is going to be the value, right? What exactly are you paying for at that 315 price point, right, or that 325 price point, right, depending on which version you get, whether you get the SBR or you get the traditional R15 setup, right? Let's take a look at the traditional, right, just looking at the base model, right, solid black, simple, easy. The gun itself is going to be full metal construction, right? It's going to be a very good quality construction as well. Very lightweight still, right? It's not going to feel too heavy. This is still going to feel very, very lightweight, very clean M-LOK rail. You get plenty of accessory space to add whatever sort of accessories you might want, be it a foregrip, pec box if you wanted to, light, whatever it may be. You have the opportunity to do so. The finish that you get on the receiver is like nothing else out there, right? I have yet to see a receiver that looks that good in terms of its finish, right? A lot of times, I actually mentioned earlier in the stream, that when you get different colorways of different airsoft guns out there, a lot of times it feels like they just they did a good job rattle canning it, with the spray paint, but it still doesn't look all that great, right? It just looks like whatever, right? Like someone mass produced this in the garage. With these R15s, it looks beautiful, like genuinely looks beautiful, that finish that you're getting, right? It's got a nice feel to it as well. It's probably the best feeling receiver that you can probably get. Now, you are getting the Delta stock on here, which is a very, very convenient stock. Does it offer the most amount of battery space? No, but it is very easy to access battery space. I really love the design of the stock because it's very reminiscent of the older Magpul MOE or CTR style stocks, right? It's very, very reminiscent of that, but it does it better because all you have to do is push the button at the top of the stock, the latch opens up, and you're very easily able to access the battery compartment, the buffer tube. And if you wanted to go ahead and get a different stock, that's totally fine. The buffer tube on the R15 is a standard mil-spec buffer tube, so you can put any other stock you want on there, like a PTS, if you wanted to go with a Classic Army, whatever it may be, you will have options for you, right? Magazine is very, very cool looking, and that's about all I can really say about it because it looks a little too close to another style of magazine that I can't say. But internally, you are getting a standard version 2 gearbox, right? However, it is going to come packed with a bunch of stuff. High quality internal components, right? The gun shoots very, very well. Good, solid motor, right? Getting a nice, healthy trigger response, right? A lot snappier than a lot of other guns within that price range, or even more expensive too. The rate of fire is very respectable as well. Right, you are getting a 603 Type 4 inner barrel, a rotary style hop-up chamber, and of course a quick change spring system because that's kind of like the new standard now. It's got to be a quick change, right? G&G. Anyway, right, quick change spring system, right? So you're getting the works right out of the box. Not only that, you are getting the Nebula MOSFET, which is like I would probably say honestly the most convenient and easy to set up MOSFET you get out of the box, right? I think so. That's generally my opinion, right? Simply by programming it through the trigger is like an IQ 10,000 move. It's so easy to do, and it's a sturdy MOSFET as well. It doesn't burn out as easily. G&G? Anyway, right? It doesn't burn out anywhere near as quickly. And I really, really appreciate that, right? I've always been very skeptical when guns started coming pre-installed with ETUs because G&G gave me such a bad experience. Now, obviously, to their credit, they've fixed their problem. But I haven't really had that issue with the Zion Arms. The Nebula MOSFETs don't really give us issues. Like, they're really, really sturdy, right? They can take, the higher voltage and higher discharge rate, no problem, right? I have yet to see any sort of issues with those. I really like the setup and all the internals, basically every decision that went into building the R15, right? And if the R15, the standard model, was too long for you, you can definitely get a shorter variation of that still, right? You can get the R15 SBR, right? The short barrel models. Granted, they already were SBRs, but you get the idea. This is even shorter. I love that this particular version comes with the handguard that kind of already has that built-in angled foregrip on there. That's really, really cool, right? Still, you are getting the exact same performance. The main difference, obviously, is going to be the shorter barrel, hence the shorter inner barrel as well. So the range and accuracy will, technically speaking, go towards, just by a little bit, go towards the standard model, the non-SBR variant, but you can go with either or, and you will absolutely be in love with these, right? I've known plenty of guys, including Stitch and a few of the other mods and regulars, that have picked up an R15 for themselves, and were very, very impressed with the level of performance they were able to achieve, especially when comparing it to other guns within similar price budgets, within a similar price point, or if not more expensive, that, they look cool, don't get me wrong, they also look cool, they're respectable in their looks, but they don't offer a programmable ETU or MOSFET, they don't offer even a quick change sometimes. 603 Type 4 inner barrel, it's like almost like they never heard of it, right? And they're charging $400-something for their airsoft guns. Like, what exactly are you paying for? If you're looking for best high-end airsoft gun in terms of performance and value, then the R15 is definitely an option that is 100% worth looking into, and I would 100% back it anytime. Frenchie. Yeah, hopefully that answers your questions about it. I would 100% recommend it, right? Considering whether both indoor or outdoor, no matter what setting, this gun can excel at. So make sure I don't miss anything. Sure, I'm missing anything. Okay, comes from the Mr. Bushman 117. Hi, I'm. Oh yeah, before I continue on with that one, Frenchie. Also, order this right now. 30 chances to win the shopping spree giveaway for $3,000. And all you literally have to do is place the order before the end of the stream, which you guys have literally like 10 minutes left, 11 minutes, 10 minutes left of the live stream before we end. Make sure you jump on this for that R15, Frenchie, so that way you can get 30 chances of winning $3,000 all for yourself. All you got to do after that is make sure that you're watching the live stream on Thursday. 6:30 is the cutoff to be entered, right? But this promo right here that I have going on for that, so you get 30 entries, it's ending in 10 minutes, right? So make sure that you're watching the live stream. You have all your information regarding that order, the order number, the last 4 digits of your telephone number, ready to go. So if your name gets called, Frenchie, you'll be able to, with one of the 30 entries, that will probably end up winning you that giveaway, right? That's what I would recommend, 100%. Mr. Bushman 117, hi, I'm trying to get an airsoft gun for my friend. He is a rental or borrow some of our guns, so he's fairly experienced, and I'm looking to help him get him one that will be a good setup for him. So the Mr. Bushman 117, it really depends on what your budget really is, but I get you. This is actually a good spot to go when it comes to like asking these types of questions. Absolutely, that's a great question. In terms of budget, I usually tell people to have a budget of like 150 minimum to about 250. You can get a really good amount of options within that budget, right? In that budget, there's plenty of good options. The two brands that I would suggest right out of the gate, if you really want to save some money, Lancer Tactical, specifically their Gen 2 series, or going with the Specna Arms, right? They're essentially going to be the exact same gun. They're essentially going to be the exact same gun because they're literally coming from the same factories. But those are two brands that I would suggest if you're looking for something on a budget. It also depends whether he's going indoor or outdoor. I recommend the Specna Arms and the Lancers because they feature true quick change spring systems. It makes it a lot easier to change the spring and adhere to the FPS rules of whatever field you're playing at much easier and a lot faster, right? That's a big bonus right there. That's a big bonus. One model that I'd recommend, Specna Arms, right? So we go Specna Arms, for example. Say like sub 1. That's a good one, right? Their Core series. All right, this one's cool. This is the Core CO3, right? SAC03. You are getting just a standard quad rail on here, right? Standard M4A1 SOP mod setup right here, right? But it's dope, right? This is 100% something that I would get behind, right? 189, that's actually really good. That's actually really good considering you are getting, a full polymer construction, 603 Type 4, rotary style hob chamber, and a quick change spring system. You may not get a battery and charger out of this one, but if you guys batteries and chargers that you're willing to loan him, absolutely, I would say pick him up from Airsoft GI anyway. You can also get this even cheaper when you use coupon code 20th 20th. Absolutely, I'd recommend doing that. I'd save yourself some extra money there. But it also comes included with the M90 low FPS spring, right? It does come with the low FPS spring. So again, instead of battery and charger, you'll be able to go ahead and swap out the FPS on the fly, right? Makes it very easy. Alternatively, right? Actually, let's go here. Airsoft guns, right? AEG, Lancer Tactical AEGs. We'll go low to high. Like one of the models that I typically like to recommend a lot would actually be something like this, right? Their version of like their Mark 18. This is sort of like their Mark 18 Mod 0, right? Shorter barrel than the Specna, right? Goes for 173, right? A little cheaper, right? Not by a whole lot. Again, you get even cheaper. Use coupon code 20th, right? 10% off. But all these standard Gen 2 models will come included with a 9.6 millimeter hydrate battery and a basic wall charger, right? Again, not the best battery and charger in the world necessarily, but it's definitely enough to get you started, man. It's definitely enough to get you started playing and get you everything that you need, right? It's freaking sick, right? I think it's a really bang up job in terms of like the way they built this gun and the value that you're getting for it. Again, value. That's something that I really take a look at when it comes to the airsoft guns that you get for like that I recommend for customers, right? So this is something that, again, quad rail is rail, polymer construction, 603 Type 4 inner barrel, rotary style hob chamber, and a quick change spring system. Everything that you need. Even comes included with the little vertical grip, which is kind of cool, right? But again, that's another option that I would suggest. Those are two prime examples of what I would recommend to an absolute beginner player that wants a gun for themselves that's still going to offer plenty of potential for upgrades, right? Plenty of upgrade potential, but still going to give you reliable performance, right? Absolutely. I would recommend any of those, right? Keeps going up, keeps going up. If I have a loose mag that slips off my Arcturus PP19, would you recommend blue Loctite? Huh. I don't know about... I mean, using Loctite to keep the items in place is not necessarily like a new thing, right? I would say if you are, just be very careful, Kevin Zimmer. Be very, very careful of that, because again, blue Loctite, yeah, you don't want to like glue shit in place, you know? In terms of your magazine, you don't want to get that anywhere else but where you initially intend it to be. Really appreciate it, man. No, absolutely, absolutely. Take the 250, 150 if possible. Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. I would highly recommend that budget in general. Okay, let's see here. J Leather, are the Mayo Gang meetup discounts only for certain items or everything? More details to be disclosed. I believe there are going to be like discounts basically on pretty much everything, but I do believe in store there are going to be some exclusive deals going on, right? There's going to be some exclusive stuff going on in store, which is why I recommend if you guys can make it out to these Mayo Gang meets, always recommend it. It is always a treat coming out to these, right? Sure, I'm missing anything. See here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I just want to make sure I'm not missing any questions at all or any comments. Guys, again, before I continue my answer anymore, guys, we have 5 minutes left. We have less than 5 minutes left of the live stream. Get your entries in. Remember, $50. Every $50 spent per order, and you'll be receiving 5 chances of winning the shopping spree with 5 entries, right? If it's just $50, maybe even a little bit more, that's going to be 5 entries. But if you get up to that $100 mark, that's 10 entries into the giveaway. If you reach up $150, it's going to be 15 entries into the giveaway. Don't miss your shot. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? Place those orders, right? Time is running out. 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes left of the live stream. Don't want to miss out, guys. And there's plenty of stuff for you guys to maximize your potential for more entries, right? Don't miss out. Okay, let's see. Lisa 8034, is there a difference in range / accuracy between the PDW R15 and the SBR? Oh, do you mean like the SBR R15 and then the standard length between the two of them? Yeah, I mean, like there is going to be a slight difference. Obviously the very, very short model will have maybe not as much range as the standard R15 length, but I mean, it's still going to be pretty damn good, right? Especially considering it is a very, very small SBR. It's a very, very short SBR, right? Very short. It's still going to have very, very good range and accuracy. And then if anything, too, if you want to go ahead and increase that even more, what I would suggest you do, if you were interested in that, there's also... Where'd it go? There's also the P Plus packages, or Performance Plus 2 package, where you get a upgraded motor and an inner barrel. Absolutely, you can definitely do that. But if you wanted to go ahead and just get better range and accuracy, you can definitely just go with a... And they sold! It sold! Damn it. Well, it is what it is, right? But yes, in general, you can find P Plus packages for most of the the hot seller airsoft guns going on right now, including the R15s. I actually just really dig the P Plus package, right? The P Plus because again, you are getting a new upgraded motor and an inner barrel pre-installed for you. Again, you don't have to do any of the work. We do that all for you, right out of the gate. That's pretty freaking sweet. Pretty freaking sweet, Lawish. All right, keeps going through. I've been able to get some friends into airsoft pistols to get some practice in at home. Perfect when they don't have time to hit the range and train with their regular firearms. No, dude, that's what I'm saying, man. Hey, it's Liquim. That's exactly what I'm saying, right? Like, there is obviously a limit to how much airsoft can train a person, especially if you're doing like cross training, right? But again, I get it, right? Like, I've listened to plenty of guys that recommend airsoft as a substitute, not necessarily a substitute, but something as a supplementary material, I guess, or additional material to use for training. It has its limits, but hey, anything's better than nothing, and it's fun. It's really, really fun. Let's see here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Contemplating why my hands are BB magnets. It's just a thing, Eden. Like, it just is a thing. Like, sometimes the way you manipulate the gun, like when you maneuver, it's just your hands stick out a little too much, right? They're easy targets. I'm not gonna lie, I try not to aim for hands, but if I see their gun is sticking out, and I see their hand, I'm usually gonna go for it, right? I'm usually gonna go for it, especially if they're just peeking and I don't see them really moving too much. I'm gonna try to get them that way too, right? Because they're sticking it out, right? They're sticking it out too much. It's just an opportunity. It's another exposed body part for me to go ahead and hit. Scroll down to the most recent stuff. every dollar you haggle off me is $1 more. Did you have to give me gas money for PB Wars? Oh, geez. I mean, hey, man, the deals are just at that. That's just, it is criminal how good our deals are at Airsoft GI, right? It is absolutely insane. It's a crime how good our discounts are, right? Again, just saying. I'm just saying, right? And again, guys, if you have stuff in your cart, now is definitely the time to go ahead and finalize those orders. You have less than a minute left of the stream. Get those entries in. Don't miss out. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Make sure I'm missing anything. Really appreciate it. No, dude, Mr. Bushman, always a pleasure to help out anyone that I possibly can, right? Always want to help out everyone that I can. All right, guys, now it is 5:30. That is the end of the live stream. That is the end of the Storefront live stream. Guys, thank you to everyone. Big shout out to everyone that took advantage of the promo. You guys will be getting your extra entries into the shopping spree giveaway if you took advantage of this promo right here, right? This deal is now over. Once it hit 5:30, that's it. That is the end of the promo. But there are still ways to increase your odds of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Order yourself a silver 20th anniversary mystery box, right? Only $145. Only $145, and you get an absolute banger of a prize list, right? You want to get free shipping? Add a few more goodies on top of that. Get up to $179. That way you get, or you qualify for the Wombo Combo free shipping, right? Automatic free shipping when you get a subtotal of $179. Just add a few BBs, maybe some green gas, whatever it might be, batteries and chargers, and then you are set, right? I have my private collection mystery box available as well. If you guys wanted to go ahead and get a mystery box, I was going to offer you some unique but still very, very freaking cool platforms in Airsoft. Definitely recommend checking out the private collection mystery box, right? We have new products as well, like the Heckler & Koch M110 A1 with the Gate Aster AG. That one's on pre-order right now for $899.95, right? We have very limited quantity of these for pre-order, so make sure that you snag yours while you can. Darwin's Arbiter hopped on this and got himself those extra entries, right? Not only that, we also have the Tokyo Marui Mark 46 Mod 0 Next Generation Recoil Shock LMG. Absolute banger of an LMG. One of the most fun guns that I've had the pleasure of shooting in quite a while, actually. Highly recommend you check that out as well. And again, for those that don't know, right, we have our upcoming Mayo Gang meet coming up September 23rd, right? It's going to be an absolute blast. Make sure to come by. We're going to have a live episode of Roast My Build for you guys to participate in. Yes, you, all the viewers out there, you guys can participate. Make sure that you swing on by. It's going to have also like community vendors as well, selling their Airsoft stuff as well. So good opportunity to see what the community has as well, and also some food as well. We're going to have catering going on as well, right? And, of course, some exclusive doorbuster deals and sales going on. Do not miss your chance. Make sure you swing on by, right? Guys, if I wasn't able to answer your question, feel free to go ahead and DM us, Instagram, Facebook, or Discord. We can definitely get you guys helped out. Big shout out to everyone that took advantage of the promo. Also, big shout out to everyone that just watched. You know, all of the views are greatly appreciated. We appreciate it very, very much, guys. My name is Isaias, and I will see you guys all on the next Storefront live stream. Actually, the next live stream we do is going to be my No Flight List live stream coming up this Tuesday. So make sure that you stay prepared for that. Stay tuned in. And again, share this around with as many people as you possibly can. Get those